Oh, you got the new Margellas? That's what's up. That's what's up. I see you. That's your BMW? That's nice. That's your girl? Golly. Okay, I see you. I just want to know one thing. You ready? Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying. Always lying to me. You lying so much. Why? You making it hard for me. Yeah. Every time you tell me something, I figure that you're lying. Ooh, it's almost like you faking. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know you're lying, but you sound excited, and you know that I know that you're lying. Oh, girl. Cue the rain. I got you. The rain, yeah. Turn on. A little bit more. A little bit more. Yeah. I'ma keep on lying to you. Yeah. Until you think it's the truth. Yeah. Now, girl, I know you fibbing. Ooh, you know you can't help it. You know what I wanna know. Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying. Always lying to me. Too much. Lying so much. You know. You making it hard for me. Baby, you don't stop. Why the fuck you lying? Okay. Why you always lying? You know, my God. Stop fucking lying. Always lying to me. And it's false lying so much. You making it hard for me. Yeah. I love when you lying like that. So I'ma keep. My God. My God. Oh my goodness, Jesus Christ, dude. I am not going through names right now. There's no fucking way I'm doing that right now. You guys have been waiting a long time, so I'm just gonna get right to it. Okay, so fill you in. Last night we had a beautiful, incredible evening. We had what started off to be a summary of what we learned about the former Truthy McGoo and Mrs. McGoo. Ended up being not just a fundraiser, but it was an expression of how this community can actually come together. So many of us over the last few months, with all the bickering that we've all been doing, have been craving what took place here last night for so long. We didn't know in what form we wanted it, how. We just wanted it so bad, considering the year we had last year. Annie said it best, you know, when she said, maybe this is a sign on how 2021 is going to turn out. I don't think Molly Golightly is blocked, dude. I don't block Molly Golightly, please. Yeah, she's okay. So moving on. I thought that was a really, really great statement. I thought that, yeah, because I believe that that's an opportunity. An event like that is an opportunity to dissect it and learn from it, learn the details of what got us there, and try to focus on those good things. The feeling that I felt most last night was gratitude to every one of you, gratitude to Bridget, gratitude to Annie,
to Mr. Comic Nut, and Save Robbie, of course, and that girl and all the rest of my moderators. It was a beautiful, beautiful moment that we all shared, and I was grateful to have all of you provide me with that. And even Truthy, if not for this situation, that would not have happened. I refuse to dismiss that detail. I absolutely refuse to do that. So, after last night, I received a lot of really wonderful comments, just beautiful, beautiful comments. It was really, really nice. And I was getting ready for work. And just as I was packing up all the final things that I take with me to work, I got my phone ringing, and caller ID said Kate. So of course I picked it up, and we began to talk. And in some form or another, I kind of demanded to speak to Truthy, or let's call him Mike, unless he tells me when he comes on here that he doesn't want me to call him that. That's fair. Whatever he wants to be called. So we talked for about, I'd say about 25 minutes between, yeah, I mean, it was only a second with Kate, but for about 20 minutes, I'd say, a little over that, he and I spoke. He went over a few things. I went over a few things. It was civil. And I'm going to go ahead and say, before I have him on here, I want to go ahead and say that I'll tell all of you the same thing I told him. I don't hate him. And at this point, I'm not even really mad at him. But that's not to say how I want our dynamic or the nature of our association to be defined moving forward. One has nothing to do with the other. But currently my feelings are just, I think we all deserve to know a few things. And and I'm going to give him the respect. He agreed. Actually, he initiated it. Even though we demanded it, all of us, for all this time, that's fair. Of course, we all did. But he contacted me, or Kate did, I should say, and through text, and asked if they could do a live tonight or whenever. And I said, tonight, let's do it. So I want to give them that much credit as well. So I want to be, you guys know me, I'm fair. You know, I'm always fair. At least I make a very, very, very powerful effort to try to be. So to me, I thought that was a very notable gesture on their end to do that. So I also, because I feel that this person deserves a face-to-face as best as we can on this platform, as best as we can, given the nature of our association. I asked this person if he wanted to join on panel 2, and I believe he's earned the right. And I don't think that Truthy or Mrs. McGoo would deny that this person has the right. There's quite a few of you out there that actually have the right, if not all of you, to be honest. But I'm not going to be opening panel, at least not while he is here. I'm going to ask everyone in chat to try to be respectful in your comments. Try to set an example. We can do something beautiful with this experience tonight. That is up to us. We can actually do that. You know, and I hope you don't feel that being hypocritical from me. It is because, you know, we can all try to do better. You know, we've all felt like shit, and all of us doing what we were doing was perpetuating something. And one of the casualties of that perpetuance, or if that's even a fucking word, one of the casualties of that was someone getting to such a desperate point that they did something that we are all clearly aware of and are very and have very strong feelings about, rightfully so. So, and again, I do not see that. I see that as an excuse in the slightest bit, but I do acknowledge that this happened and there is cause and effect. We do have control over how that effect can turn out when it's us, but which makes him accountable, makes him responsible. But that's not to say that he was not provoked. We have to acknowledge that. This community got to a very, very ugly point where there were people doing things that they've always done. And then there were people starting to do things because they admired these creators that have always done it. And because they simply lack the creativity to come up here and try to, or at least the inclination to come up here and try to do something positive with their channel. So that will not be overlooked tonight. Not by me. If you stooped low enough to dox someone, if you stooped low enough to go real life on someone and try to fuck with their life and try to fuck with their credibility by taking cheap jabs at their personal life and trying to interfere with their personal life in some way, shape, or form, then you are a shitbag. And you are the villain in this entire scenario. Just as much as Truthy is for his actions. Again, that does not excuse his actions. Not in my eyes. But it's not any different either. It's just not. I'm going to go ahead and bring him on. And I'm also going to bring on Mr. Nutt, who I believe has a right to be on this panel as well tonight. Everyone?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Yeah, me too. I don't know why we have a third person here. I just wanted to address the situation, but okay.
I'll answer that question.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
You have a third person here because I don't think it makes any difference. I think you'd rather have this for the third person here than any of the other 1,281 people that are in chat.
That's fine. All right.
Okay.
So look, let me start this off. What we did was fucked up. It was a fucking retarded, stupid decision that we made in a moment of panic, which we immediately regretted. And then we just had to get real life, pack up our stuff and move, because we had cops coming to our door for fake wellness checks. We had an ex-girlfriend who proudly posted a video of her trying to push her way into our apartment. I don't know what she was thinking by posting that, but she did. And Kate was assaulted and scratched. Not hurt badly, but whatever, enough. And we just reached a point where we just said, screw this, screw YouTube. And we watched all the betrayals happen on YouTube. And, you know, friends that used to be our friends, you know, I'm not going to mention any names, turn on each other. Just the entire thing became just this disgusting, awful situation. And we won out. And that's all we wanted was peace, just to live our lives, our little life alone. And we fucked up though. And you know what else, Will, you brought this up earlier. We kind of forgot that people actually really cared about us. And there's the ex-Varnas and the Toots and the U's and so many people that we really fucking let down. And no one's more aware of it than us. We hated doing this. But our life became unlivable. Every knock at the door became just fucking PTSD. And it was just too much. And yeah, it was a horrible decision. And if I had, a time machine, I'd go back and not do it this way. We just deleted YouTube and never told you why. We would have never given the true crime community a crime to solve. But my ex would really crack me. And it was just too much for us to handle, and we're very, very sorry for the people that we underestimated that cared about us. So that's all I can say when it comes to that.
Yeah. We know we fucked up. We have no excuse for it. We did it out of panic, and we did it in a rush, and we just fucked it all up.
We had to move.
Yeah.
We had to relocate our entire physical existence because of this.
And
all right. So can I ask you a question that I know is on everyone's mind, because I want to beat them to the punch before they start blasting the chat with it?
Sure.
That doesn't explain why you couldn't have just simply logged off, disappeared.
Yeah, we talked about that.
We did.
So we also talked about this with several subscribers that actually knew this whole story. There's a couple of them, I don't want to name them either, that we were like, what do we do here? What do we do? And a couple of them were like, well, if Truthy's dead, they'll leave Kate alone. And that's where I kind of got that. Like, well, if I'm dead, they'll leave you alone. We didn't anticipate all of the, let's figure it out community. It was a poor decision. It was a poor decision to be around.
I think that the trouble that we're all having with that, though, is the fact that you didn't consider everyone. That's the issue. It sounds more like you're using that as an excuse, when that's actually the issue that we all have, is that you did not consider anyone else's feelings but yours. Now, even if you had just disappeared, it would have been like, okay, that sucks. Anybody heard from Truthy? But we would have all gotten to the point in our heads where we would have been like, you know what? I guess he just wanted to quit YouTube. Cool. Good for him. Everybody has that right. I don't blame him. Shit. But
yeah,
but you went beyond that. But you went beyond that, and you kicked the whole community in the nuts by saying that you're dead.
If I may, I'm glad that you actually came on tonight and are putting the record straight, because even with all of the evidence saying that you were alive, there was still that 2% doubts.
I know.
So I do appreciate that. I'm going to tell you that right now.
I'm not going to lie. I'm the guy that goes, sorry, Mr. Nut, but I'm the guy that goes, I need solid proof.
Yeah.
I'm always that guy, but there was just always that doubt until right before I left for work and I heard your voice. That's what that was when I was 100% confirmed. But
look, I'm not going to argue with it. You guys are absolutely. This is where we fucked up.
Yeah, and I had a lot of love for you, dude, man. I was like, I would have flew over there and helped you however I had to. I was telling that to Will just the other day and last night as well. And on top of that, a lot of people in the community that are like leakage, because we're part of different communities as well. Yeah. We lost a very, very important creator to us, a guy named Bullinator, who helped every single one of us in a different community, in the commentary community. He passed away, and that really affected those people that had to deal with that. And with you, it killed me, man. It murdered me.
I'm sorry. I from my fucking bottom of my heart, this was the part that we didn't think this through. We absolutely care about all of the people that were super. Some of them we talked to on the phone, like almost on a nightly basis. And we really screwed up here, man. I mean, I got nothing to tell you other than that. We felt it immediately. We were punishing each other for allowing this. I told Kate in a drunken moment when things were getting heated up, I was like, just kill me. I'm dead. Just write this post. I'm fucking dead. I don't care. And it was flippant, and it was.
But here's the thing, though, too. What I personally feel is, let's just say if everybody would have let what is it, sleeping dogs lie, you would have never came forward, and you would have left that dark space in everyone's heart. So that's just as bad, man.
Well, dude, we know at this point that our name is garbage on YouTube because we lied. I understand. The only thing that made me come out was last night when I heard Bridget go on and talk about a fake GoFundMe. That was it for me. I was like, nope. We're not. We did not
do this. for
We didn't do it for
monetary
money.
gain.
We didn't do it for fucking
In fact, we've
YouTube
lost
fame.
money. Like,
Yeah, I've spent $1,000 in packing up for a move because my ex-girlfriend lives in my apartment complex and has physically assaulted my current girlfriend. Like that, those things became more important than the YouTube community. But I didn't realize how much there really are humans that cared, and that was where we screwed up.
we lost sight of that somewhere along
Yeah,
the way.
we were just in the middle of a horrible fight and changing our lives and moving to a different city that we didn't do the right thing. And this is absolutely a point of shame and disgust on our part. And I have no excuse for how little I cared for the people that cared about me. I have no excuse. It was awful and probably one of the worst things I've ever done in my entire life.
Definitely one of the worst things I've ever done in my life.
So you can punish us all you want, but we've already done it to ourselves.
Did someone just mute my mic?
No, you
Because I know, no, I did not. Oh yeah, I did. Sorry about that. I was smoking. Sorry. I was like, how the fuck did that happen? My bad. So my whole thing, and I don't mean to speak for you here, Mr. Nut, but I think everyone here understands. Everyone here gets the fact that you were terrorized. Everyone here gets the fact that even before Kate being assaulted by your ex-girlfriend, you probably sat through 9 hours of someone just dragging your name and lying, and that is enough to stress someone out. To that point, I get it, because that's the speculation that I was always coming to. And so when this happened, I was like, oh, come on, man, that's not the right way. And so we all understand that. We all understand that that's what your reasons for doing it were. The issue
we understand that it wasn't the right way.
The
problem is just like I could see certain things about your ex, and I noticed certain things about the way she was saying things. There's certain things I'm noticing about you too, and I think even the rest of the chat sees it, but they just can't pinpoint it. And the issue is not so much, we all know the reasons, right? The problem is there's a deeper reason, and I'm not entirely sure that you know that deeper reason. And it's the fact that when I brought Mr. Nut on, you were just like defensive immediately. Like, I don't know why there has to be a third person here. And this is a guy. This is a guy that considered you a friend. You see what I'm saying?
I didn't know. I didn't know what you. I heard your first song that you started it, "Why You Always Lying," and I was like, dude, I'm not. I even sent you a message like, come on, don't make it a clown show. Like, this is serious. We're gonna apologize. And you made me play that song, and I was just like, nah, dude, come on, this is serious.
The purpose of it was to ease tension. It wasn't to take a jab at you, even though it kind of was a jab in the song. But it is what it is, man. I mean, the problem is you fail to understand the fact that your actions hurt a lot of people to where if I were to sit up here and play a little clown song, that should be nothing to you. That should be not something that you are somehow offended by and have the nerve to even be offended by, considering what you did to everybody in this chat and the people that are going to have to catch the replay. You see what I'm saying? Like, you made people cry and think that they would never share another moment with you again. That's what you did.
I know.
If you took a second to try to visualize that, you wouldn't be sitting here fucking making it about you. I'm sorry I'm getting pissed, but that's what you're doing.
What I don't get, though, is, man, is that you guys know, man, that you could have came at me, at Will, at a lot of different people, man. We would have came together and figured out a way to help you guys, man. You know that.
Dude, I'm going to tell you, I don't think so. I watched, now I'm naming channels. I watched people who were supposed to be friendly, aka BX Beast Boy and people like that. And I watched everyone turn on each other. We had absolutely no faith that we could go to any creator at that point because everyone was turning on each other. And we felt absolutely that there was no.
Yeah, but the people that were in the core of the five the people that were within that group of what we wanted to do, we never turned on each other. We never looked away from each other. In fact, we were like, even through this thick and thin, no matter what's said, we're going to stick together. We said that in the chat, and we all stood by that.
I honestly, I promise you that I absolutely did not see this happening this way. I absolutely was like, this whole thing is going to tear itself apart. YouTube creators are going to betray each other forever. There's no point in us being on YouTube. Let's go. And we did it wrong. I absolutely, I'm sorry that I underestimated your faith, in us or in everything that we were trying to do. But
it wasn't just that. It was the lack of consideration to the fact. I mean, how many times did you use your father's suicide as a way for us to empathize with you over that subject of suicide, and then you turn around and do something like that? How many of us have lost people to suicide? How many of come on, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that we're.
I don't know what you want us to say. We've already.
You really can't. Let me say something real quick. You can't say anything. You just need to let us get this shit off of our chest. That's pretty much it.
Right.
Okay.
You do owe us.
All right.
You do owe us that. You do owe us that.
All right.
But I want you to know it's not really about that for me. What it is about for me is my faith that hopefully you will see this as some sort of wake-up call, because I don't want you to get to the point that I did where I was suicidal. I was ready to go. I don't want you to get to that point to have to learn this, because it was only by the grace of God that people came into my life and let me know that they love me. And I was just too busy feeling sorry for myself to realize it. I did exactly what you did. I just didn't do it on a mass scale the way you did. But I did exactly what you did, but I didn't fake it. But I couldn't leave without saying goodbye to certain people, and then people took measures and stopped me, and so that's what happened. That's where this Glera thing came from. And I'm just trying to do the best I can with it. And I know I fuck up, and everybody's gonna fuck up. But what we're not seeing out of you right now, and that's why I'm addressing it, is the desire that I got to after that experience to become a better person. You're not showing any signs of it in this panel.
What do you mean?
And that's what's pissing everyone off. I just pointed it out. I pointed out the fact that you didn't even acknowledge him as a friend in your actions, not even in your words. Your actions were, what's the third person doing here? You didn't even say his name.
I had no trust that anyone is a friend anymore.
Look what I do for a living, dude. What the fuck? Look what I do for a living.
If I misjudged that,
grossly misjudged. Anyone in the community can tell you. Anyone in the community can tell you that I only, on my channel, I speak truth, I show facts, but I don't get involved with the bullshit. I in the very beginning, I almost did. I was like, you know what? That's not me. That's too petty. But again, you could ask anyone, and they would have told you. They would tell you, I'd give you the shirt off my goddamn back. I would have flew to wherever you were at. I would have brought you the fuck down here.
You got to understand, Truthy, that 40% of me is so fucking mad when I'm telling you all these things, because I'm bringing feelings out, sure.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
but the other 60%, believe it or not, is just happy to hear your voice.
Breaks my heart.
Yes,
that's
you
a
are
fact.
right. Well, you're right.
And I know that 40% is huge. But man, you owe us that fucking 40%, and you owe us an effort.
Yeah,
you owe us a good look in the fucking mirror.
Yeah,
but most of all,
right.
you owe yourself to do that.
I came on here expecting to give a lot of blowjobs.
No, we don't want that.
We don't want that.
No. It's a metaphor.
I know, but we're all men here in the room. You know what I mean? Metaphorically, we're all adults. Let me rephrase that, because Kate's a woman.
Sorry.
So we're all adults, but it's just the fact that, man, I understand what you're saying. You didn't know me from shit on the wall to shit on the floor, but in hindsight, using the powers of deduction, you would say, "Fuck, this dude. He's used to getting people out of trouble. How can I utilize his skill set to get me out of this bullshit?" I would have sat back. I would have like, you know what? Let me get some funds
He's got a
together.
point.
I will fucking fly you down here for a couple months, set you up down here. You could have worked with me, and you could have ate baleadas here with me, man.
What do you think the point of this whole group that we were trying to put together was just before this all happened? What do you think the point of me, Mr. Nut, you and Dad Podcast Challenge and Illuminacy, what we were trying to do?
An unbreakable crew, man.
Right, a crew that we were going to protect each other because we were going to fucking rattle cages, dude. You know what I'm saying? We were about to get in some real ugly shit.
Will,
committed.
Can you here? Let me talk for a second. Okay, I'm not gonna do everything you're saying. You're right, but it's certainly not a personal statement about you, Mr. Nut.
Yeah.
We just watched people turn on each other, and we didn't believe. It's not personal. We didn't believe that people were going to stay together. We anticipated implosion, destruction, and betrayal.
But within the group, I have to ask you, within the group of individuals, what gave you that idea?
BXB's boy.
He's not in our group.
No, but
he was never. We already decided that he was already acting like a fool, and we were talking shit about him in our private chat.
Yeah,
we already said we were like, "Fuck that guy." We're not even going to acknowledge him. We already decided that collectively.
That's what started it for me and Kate. That's all I can tell you. Maybe we were wrong, but that is what started it. It was like, wow, this guy's really cool.
Right there, come on, man, that right there, you already are naming something that the rest of us weren't experiencing the same as you. I was having my beef with that dude. Josh was having his beef with that dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Come on, man. So
but no, Will, this is when this started. But when that was happening. That our personal life was getting fake wellness checks and cops and all kinds of stuff going on when that was happening. We just didn't make it public. So we, everyone looked like an enemy at that point. Everyone looked like an enemy except for 2 subscribers that we cared about, and we asked them, "This is what we're considering doing. Is this right?" And we feel awful, and what are we going to do? And we did not see the fallout coming, but I'm sorry, I didn't see that I would have people that I could trust, and neither did Kate.
I didn't.
And it's not personal to you. It was just that once people start betraying each other, let's just live our little life. Like, that's all we wanted to do. And I'm sorry that we.
Your exit strategy, though, was the worst, man.
It was terrible. It was fucking terrible.
It was fucking awful. It was
so,
the worst mistake.
There's a lot of people, Mrs. McGoo, and I'm sorry I cut you off, but I'm actually trying to give you a platform to talk real quick. But there's a lot of people that are more mad at you than they are at him, because you not only enabled him, but you were actually the person that everybody thought they were talking to the entire time. There are people who were more hurt for you than him, because some people, their thoughts on suicide is that's the easy way out, and he just stuck her. So these are people that want an explanation, rightfully so, from Kate as to what her rationale is for doing that.
I really have no rationale. It was just a spur of the moment, like, not well thought out mistake that we wish we could take back. I wish I could take it back. We've been talking since it happened. This is one of 3 fucking shitty things that I've done in my entire life. Like 3 things in 28 years. Like, and this
or only 3 things that you're actually self-aware of. That's a possibility, is it not?
I'm extraordinarily self-aware, and
we all think we are.
Well, 3 things that have hurt others and have hurt my own opinion of myself. And we were tired. Like, not only were we watching everybody turn on each other in the community, we were turning on each other, like him and I. And that's not an excuse, but we just wanted our little life, and we fucked up in the way we did it. But at the time, we couldn't see the forest through the trees. We thought, if we just leave, this is going to continue to happen. And no matter what we do, it's just going to continue to happen. And when I talked to creators, I wanted you guys to have this plausible deniability, because I didn't want you guys to get dragged into it either. And even though you guys were, and I didn't have the foresight, and I didn't think clearly enough to realize that that wasn't the right way to do things. And I just doubled down in the fuck up.
I mean, I got to tell you, nobody in chat is buying it. Nobody.
That's fine. And I don't expect them to buy it. Neither of us do after what we did. And everybody has every single right to be angry with us and beat us up and do what they're going to do. Don't bring it real life.
No, I mean, we're always speaking against it. But the thing is the fact is if you're a YouTuber and you get into the shit and you know that doxing takes place, Truthy, doxing takes place better than everybody. YouTube like the back of your hand. All the ins and outs. That was what you brought to the table. That's what you proudly brought to the table. I'm not mocking you. I'm just repeating you. That's what you said. I know. So the fact is to use that as an excuse is ridiculous. I know that I'm going to get doxxed at some point. I know, and I have been doxxed. A lot of people have been doxxed, and we're just like that. It sucks and it's shitty, and I'm going to fight people who do it. But it goes with the territory, dude.
Well, you know what? Honestly, I do know the legal ins and outs of YouTube and how to strike properly and how to defend against false strikes and all that stuff. But what I didn't know is that my real life would have 3 knocks on the door every week about like real people banging on our door. I didn't see that coming. And I thought, you're keyboard warriors. You don't pose any real danger, until they found my actual ex-girlfriend and riled her up to the point of Kate being attacked. Like, I didn't see that coming. I wish.
And I've torn her apart, and she was actually in the chat, and I had my mods hide her. You mentioned that you had a restraining order against her. I don't want that violated on either end.
We do, and it actually covers indirect harassment. So if she was in a chat, the restraining order is filed. I will send you a screenshot right now.
Oh, I don't need one. I don't need one.
Well, we have.
I mean, the truth is, I've dragged her probably more than I dragged you this entire time. You know what I'm saying? While all this was going on,
I actually didn't listen.
Actually, this is the most I've actually been disrespectful to you, which I don't think I am. I think what I'm saying is justified. I stay quiet, but
so I've got to address the elephant in the room.
But I did talk a lot about her. I saw right through her behavior too. So I get what you're dealing with. I want you to know that I am empathetic towards you in that scenario, because I've lived it. So I get it.
So let me address the second elephant in the room, because there's 2 of them up in this motherfucker. The second one being just we need an explanation on Bridget. What happened? What is your side of that story?
100% will address that. So honestly, so here's what happened when we started the Bridget GoFundMe. Bridget told us about her disease, and she calls it cancer. It's not. It's actually much more complicated. And we looked it up. We talked to her on the phone for hours.
Yeah, she's dumbing it down for people like me who don't understand, which is fine.
Anyway, so we talked to her for hours, and we were like, holy shit, we can help. At that point, I had 3,000 subscribers. I'm like, hey, we'll do some live streams. We'll do a GoFundMe. However, we did not make the GoFundMe. I helped her over the phone make her own GoFundMe. We do not, and let me say this the most clearly, we have 0 access to those funds, and we never did. And I think that she's just technologically a little goofy, and that she doesn't understand that she made that GoFundMe, and it's not at all associated with our accounts. I looked at it yesterday, and we have our subscriber. You know who it is, Will. I don't want to say. They're looking into it, but absolutely 100%. Can't say it clear enough. Never got one red penny from anyone. And all we wanted.
Nobody's saying that you actually got the money. We went over this last night.
I didn't listen to
what the allegation is that you set up the GoFundMe or helped her set up the GoFundMe.
We did, yeah.
And she even acknowledged that it was coming from a place of, at the time, a good place, that you genuinely did it to help her.
Yeah.
And I said that I believe that too, because I remember donating it donating to it myself. I remember promoting it myself, and that's because I believed that you were coming from a very good place, and I still, looking back, believe that.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, the allegation is that once you got desperate for money months later, you tried to get into it.
Absolutely not. And I promise you, that requires, if you're going to make that allegation, you better show some fucking proof. Like, because that's disgusting to me. And absolutely, look, dude, it was $890. I looked at it last night. $890. Do you think we're going to uproot our lives for an $890 fraud?
Of course, I don't think anyone. I don't think anybody would, but people do it. And I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you did.
Let me tell you right now, we have a lot more money than that. And I know Cheyenne posted stuff about money we were in debt for eviction. That was true. She went to our door and took it off our door because our landlord put it there, and she just thought she had the right to do that. However, we applied for a county program. They covered our rent. We owe $0 to our landlord and $0 to our, like, it is covered the right way, the legal way. And absolutely, unequivocally, I firmly deny any allegation that we took one fucking cent from anyone that we tried to help, and that's what made it. That's what made me so mad.
Yeah, the issue with that is the proof remains to be seen, only because according to her, it is already in. So, are you denying that an FBI agent spoke to you and contacted you?
100%. No FBI agent.
So no law enforcement has confronted you.
Not at all. Not one.
No,
not
the
one.
only law enforcement we've spoken to was about the fake wellness checks and the assaults. And,
yeah. No, right. Absolutely no one.
But nothing regarding the GoFundMe then.
No. Zero contact regarding that.
And we welcome an investigation.
I welcome it. I want it at this point. Like, we want it.
Investigate us, because we have nothing to hide there.
Yeah.
Like, nothing at all.
Yeah, just because we're liars doesn't mean we're thieves. Like, you know, like fair we enough. Know we lie. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Enough, I deny it with a capital D.
Okay. Right. Because as far as that goes, she says that the reason why she does not have the proof at the moment is because there is an open investigation. So the fair thing to do here,
I welcome that. I promise you.
The fair thing to do there is wait it out just a little bit, see what happens. But at the end of the day, that's between you and Bridget. I messaged her today. But, I wasn't super nice, but I wasn't super mean either. And I sent you screenshots. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, your money is still there. We looked at the GoFundMe. Your money's still there. Like, all we did was promote it because we thought we had a friend that we could help. And absolutely, dude, let me tell you right now, if I was going to commit a crime and just run away, it'd be for millions. And then I'd move to Argentina where they don't extradite. Not for $890 that she had in her GoFundMe. Like that. Come on. Like that's so petty and small. And I honestly don't think that she she knows on purpose that even, like, I think she just doesn't understand GoFundMe. That's what I think. I don't think she means to call us thieves or.
I think that GoFundMe may have been reported. Like that's a thing.
Well, I promise you, the FBI will investigate it, and they're going to find out. And if if they can trace anything back to anyone other than Bridget, then I deserve to go to jail for a long time for a horrible, sad fishing fraud. That's what I would deserve, and absolutely would accept that punishment. But that's not the case, and that's not what we did. We lied about you two. That's all. It doesn't make us thieves. We are not.
All right. Yeah, like I said, well, I'm sure more will be touched on the entire Bridget situation. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I just think that it's I don't know, man. I'm at a loss for words for this whole thing.
Yeah, so am I. I've just been trying to contemplate everything.
I've never experienced anything like this in my life.
You know, me neither.
I've had friends die, but I've never had them fake a death.
Yeah, we did. It was shitty. I mean, we did. Yeah. I mean, you look, everything you, Mr. Nutt, I want to say something to you directly.
Yeah.
I didn't know you well enough to think that we could have come to you for help. I didn't know.
Bro, I help strangers for a living, man. I put my life in the line in the line of danger of death at least once a month. Why wouldn't I help you, man? I understand what you're saying.
I didn't know you well enough, and Will and I had a moment where Will, we didn't. We'll just say we didn't see eye to eye. So I didn't trust him either. And
if you have a friend who's never got into a fight with you or tried to check you or tried to argue his position, he's not a fucking friend. He's a suck ass. Friends fight, dude. Friends argue, dude. They make up. They go out and have beers. They punch each other in the fucking shoulders.
I mean,
and then they'll argue about some shit. Yeah, man.
You're telling me you lost trust in me, but I did the most real fucking thing that anybody would do. What I did was I confronted you with an issue that I had with you, but I didn't sit here and pretend like I didn't sit there and pretend like we were cool and didn't address the situation and just lived with it.
With respect, I came at you really hard one-on-one, or not one-on-one, but I came at you hard, and we both did. I'm just telling you, we were backed into such a corner with our door being banged on all the time by crazy people and false wellness checks that we didn't think we could trust anyone other than each other, just her and I, and we made the decision. It's just you and me. It's no one else. We'll never be back on YouTube. This is not like originally I had conversations with Dad Challenge podcasts, and I was like, Josh, I want to kill my character, and I want to make a new character named Darth Vindictus who goes after doxers. And Josh made us a logo, and then I realized, holy crap! It kept getting worse in our personal life, like people knocking at the door. I'm like, you know what? I just went off, and we made a really stupid decision, and we knew we were going to hurt people, but not this bad. And like, we really feel the most horrible, not bullshit either. Like, we do this every night. We talk to each other like we fucked up. We thought that we were like a couple of light, like two nice people trying to do nice things. And
everybody who does shitty things does. Everybody who does something shitty does. They always think they're nice people until they realize, well, shit, I keep doing fucked up shit.
Yeah.
And this is why I do what I do. Every day I try to fucking rectify some bullshit that I did that day, so I go do something nice. And I understand, and I say to myself, I'm not a fucking good person because I fucking do what I do. It's just me trying to get retribution. So once you understand that, man, then you can really say who you fucked and be self-aware. You can't be self-aware until you realize how fucked up you really are.
I'm aware, and we are both very aware, especially of the people that we named, like Xvarna, Gelf, and Toots. Absolutely devastated that they believed it, and that they had to be a fucking casualty of our panicky, stupid decision. I can't be more self-aware than that. I absolutely am, and
I'm sorry, man, but self-awareness would have you wouldn't have done it. You would have said, you would have been like, you know what? This is really a fucked up thing to do. I'm not saying you're perfect. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying, but the gravity, because you've had people.
I think what makes it the most fucked up is it took two of you to fucking do it. That's the whole point. Like one person you could kind of understand, but two fucking people commiserating and doing this and keeping it going for so fucking long. Like while there's people live streaming and talking about you constantly. And
that just made it worse. That just made it worse for us. Like we would watch, little bits. Like we didn't watch the whole thing. We'd watch little bits, and we would both shut it off. Like just shut it off. Like let's just live our life. Shut it off. Shut it off YouTube.
That's what I always said. I was like, you know what? If you really want it off, you could have just told everybody, hey, you know what? I'm out. Fuck everybody. I'm deleting everything. I'm gone. And everybody, a lot of people wouldn't have respected that, but because they don't like
we talked about we talked about that way, and what one of our subscribers who's really a really good friend, we talked it through with them, and they said you should die, and I'm like, I don't want to make everybody think
they're a fucking idiot. Then no way that I would tell you.
Either way, no, we did it. No, I don't want to blame them. No, we made that decision, and let's not blame them. We absolutely were in so much. I'm telling you, we were living in fucking look, dude. If I could snap my hand,
I gotta cut you off because I can't sympathize with you.
After what we did.
Listen to what I'm gonna say to you. I cannot sympathize with you on that aspect because I live in danger from every waking moment of the time that I'm here. So just because you got some internet beef or somebody's knocking on your fucking door. That's bullshit to me.
Well, I mean, that's what happened. And I'll tell you right now, I could easily snap my ex's neck with one fucking hand. And then guess what? I end up in an orange jumpsuit for the rest of my life.
That's not the answer, though, too.
How is that the other option? How the fuck is that the other option?
Because she's trying to break into her apartment.
All right.
Call the cops.
All right. I'm gonna give Annie the floor. Annie, how you doing?
Not good. I'm literally fucking shaking right now because I'm so pissed. And I have a few questions that I know a lot of the chat has questions about. I have questions. I'm going to try my best to keep my composure right now. That's why I have my camera off. But I want to start with this. If you guys are truly fucking remorseful, why isn't your camera on? And why aren't you letting us see the remorse on your face and giving us an apology?
Because we're not ever going to ever do that.
Why? We know what you look like. Don't you feel like everybody knows what you look like? Don't you feel like you owe it to everybody to see that you're actually remorseful?
If you can't hear it in our voices that we feel
I can't hear it.
I don't know what to tell you. That's
no
point.
We're trying to get away from crazy people. We're not showing our faces. I'm sorry. No.
I don't know how showing your faces is getting away from crazy people when everybody already knows what you look like because you posted a fake obituary with your picture of what you look like.
We didn't post that.
Are you the one that commented about your own death on your dad's obituary?
No,
absolutely not.
What?
What happened now? What is this?
What?
This is all old. This was happening the day after your
My father died in
death.
2014, Annie.
I know that. I'm talking about on his public obituary online. There is comments saying, "We are so sorry that we heard your son passed away."
Absolutely no knowledge of this. What the fuck, really?
I mean, what the fuck do you expect's gonna happen? Like, that's the whole point, is you didn't consider any of this shit. That's the whole point. None of this
There's
shit
no
you
comments.
considered.
I don't see these comments you're talking about. Kate's looking at it right now. I don't see these comments.
Let's keep moving on. Why suicide? Out of all things, if you were going to even have a fake death, why not COVID, car accident, anything?
I never said suicide. I never did.
That was me.
Yeah, that was.
Kate said it, but I'm asking why. When everybody already empathized with you,
you're both responsible for what each
everybody
other
already empathized with you about what happened to your dad. And by pulling the suicide card, you're instantly trying to gain that sympathy and put blame on other people as what drove you to suicide.
I thought it was the most believable because of his family.
And I never, ever sanctioned that.
No, that was me. That was me trying to make
asleep, I think, when I woke up in the morning and she told me ketamine overdose, and I was like, she didn't even say suicide.
Oh, you guys were working this hoax in shifts. I see. Yeah. I mean, come on, man.
All right. Look, we're gonna end it here. I've already said.
Why? Can I ask a few more questions or no?
I think Annie's earned it.
Okay, fine.
So did you guys hear about what happened with Gelf the day after all of this and how he was suicidal?
No.
Because of what happened with you? No?
No.
Okay, well, so you know that not only were people grieving over you and sad over you, but people were suicidal because of this. And that was on your shoulders, and you have to carry that. It's the whole thing. It's like, I think back to those texts with you, Kate, and
is he okay?
Is Gelf okay?
Probably not. I mean, physically, yes, he's still here, thank God, but no, of
mentally,
course
he's
not
a wreck.
okay.
Yeah.
Fuck. No, I didn't know.
And Kate, my thing with you is like, I was trying to go out of my way to, you and I have never met. We've never even FaceTimed. We've only text messaged. I was saying you could come stay with me. What can I do to help? And not only were you just dropping it there, but you continued to sell the lie, telling me that I don't know what I can do, how I'm going to go on without him, who's going to protect me. My parents or my family is suggesting I go into a facility because I can't hold myself together. Like, you were taking it so far.
What?
Yeah, I mean, it was almost like you were.
Wait, hang on. This is news to me.
I saw those screenshots. I saw those screenshots. It was almost like you guys were getting off on it.
It disappeared.
It was fucked up.
You admit that.
My plan was to say I was going into a facility and then disappear because I didn't want to deal with any of this anymore.
Why not just say, I'm going to go more into my boyfriend or partner or whatever it is. I'm done. I'm out. Why does it have to be one step further and adding more dramatics onto it?
Just digging the hole deeper.
Lies on the lies on the lies. And going back to the assault, which if you were assaulted, Kate, I don't condone that. That's horrible. I want to know, when Cheyenne knocked on your door, that was after the fake suicide. So did she also come before all of this and attack you?
No, she didn't. In the parking lot, there had been multiple instances of harassment, but not about this. Like,
but was there an assault?
No, there was never an assault before this.
Okay.
So the assault happened on the video that she put up?
No, she was not. I don't know that she was recording when she came to our door 3 times between in 24 hours of New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Like 3 times she came to the door. And the first time she was recording, and she came back after I was stepping outside to call the cops and smoke a cigarette after she left. And I thought she was gone, and I had the door open, and she came back, and she was, I hear him, like, being fucking unhinged. Like,
yeah, but what I'm saying is that there wasn't an actual assault that then drove you to be where you needed to be protected to where he made this lie up, which is what he said at the beginning of this, that he was trying to protect you because you were assaulted. You guys were getting all of these threats, but that assault, in fact, happened after the fake suit.
Yes. And we kept it. He was trying to say that we kept it up because of the assault. Mm-hmm. We didn't come clean sooner because of the assault. And
I'm going to say, like I told you in the text, Kate, I get it that if the doxing, the threats, the airing your dirty laundry, you guys know I don't agree with any of that. And I get where that may drive somebody to try to disappear. I got it. I get it. But the fact that you guys took it this far, it's like, at least these other people like Kaylee and the other channels who do that horrible stuff, at least they own it. Right now, you guys aren't even owning it and taking accountability. You're just giving excuse after excuse.
We fucked up. Like, we got trapped in a fucking web of lies and just thought it was easy.
You're saying but without saying but. Constantly.
Look, dude,
no,
that's what
she's trying to say.
If you don't think that me apologizing or Kate apologizing for what we did truthfully and how much we hurt people we cared about, if you don't think that's taking accountability, and
not
also
when it's I don't think it is when it's followed up by but we had no other choice, but we didn't see another way out, because you're passing blame on other people and you're deflecting and gaslighting from the actual fucking situation.
Where's the gaslighting? What are you talking about?
I want to ask a serious question, though. I want to ask a serious question. Would you two have come on here if Bridget hadn't made the allegations that she made,
No.
would you come
No,
over
they already
here?
said no.
No, they wouldn't have. No.
We would not have. No.
Right.
That's
No.
because
So how the
you
fuck
can-
do you expect us to believe that you're coming
Say
up here and actually
sorry.
sorry for something?
You're only
How
on
do you
here to
expect us
clear
to
your
believe that?
name. You're not
That's
on
it.
here to
Our
apologize.
name
That's
is
it.
clearable. Look,
Yeah,
There's
our
no-
name isn't. No, hang on. Our name. Look, we already accepted that we are YouTube trash at this point. We already accepted it. But once it came down to a monetary fraudulent claim from a sick human, that was enough for me. Yeah. So yes, that was the motivation. I was like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So you're
So
here
it's
to
not a
clear
true
your name, not to
apology.
apologize.
I see what she's saying. A true apology is if no one would have said anything, and then you would have came and said, "Look, guys, I fucked up, and this is really killing my soul as a human being." I need to come
okay. So
forward."
yeah, we did that and continue to do that on our own. We have that with each other. But in all honesty, YouTube doesn't we just want to live our lives. So it's more important that Kate and I and our little dog live our lives than that there was consequences for our actions. Did I want to do it all the time? Yes. We talked about it a lot. And we consulted our very, very good friends, and they're like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And even the cops actually said, don't do it. We have police reports, a lot of them now. They're like, no, you're putting yourself in danger. Don't do it. And so, and I admitted clearly to the police when we got the fake first wellness check. I was like, here's what happened. We faked our YouTube death. Truthy's dead. And this is why they're coming after us. And they were like, stay dead. And that's what they told us. And I was like, yes. And everybody else was like, yes, but it doesn't mean we don't hurt. And I didn't know about Gelf at all. I heard from Paige, we won't say her screen name, but we've been in contact with her the whole time. And she told us that Gelf wasn't doing well. And we actually really do care about Gelf and Xvarna and Toots.
So did you reach out to Gelf when you heard that?
That person, whoever she is, whoever Paige that screen name is, she owes the community an apology too. She owes the community an apology because this is she's a culprit. She could have completely and totally relieved everyone of this weight they were carrying this entire time. She could have done that. She could have come to you and been like, listen, man, what you did was fucked up. And
she did because she didn't know. She didn't know until
she should have came forward if you guys wouldn't. She should have came over the neck.
She didn't know.
That's my opinion.
She didn't know until today when we called everybody. Like we called you, we called her. She didn't know. There were only two other people that
what
knew.
Didn't she know?
That it was a hoax.
Oh. Okay. Well, I mean, honestly, that's all we have to say. Yeah, I'm alive. I'll never be back on YouTube. I'm never going to try and make a fucking penny on anything social media. Our social media is deleted forever. And I'm sorry that we are sorry because we're sorry privately without being on this call about the people that we hurt and the fallout from our stupid mistake. And that's all I can tell you. And that apology is absolutely sincere. But I would have never come on until I heard that last night. And I'm sorry that doesn't sit well with you. But it was only because I was like, this is the end. This needs to stop. People, here you go. Truthy's alive. There you go. Stop chasing the mystery.
Man, I'm going to be honest, dude. That is some coward ass shit, dude.
So wait, I have one last question before you go. You reactivated your YouTube under Edward Marmont or whatever that name is.
No.
People got the email who are members. So are you going to send refunds for all the memberships or cancel it so that memberships aren't continuing?
The YouTube's gone.
YouTube's gone.
No, but
a lot of your members got it. No, a lot of your members got an email that it was logged in with a changed name.
No, I promise you, there's no.
I saw the screenshots myself.
Look, I'm telling you. Look here. Let's clear this up right now. Any YouTube account is not mine. I absolutely will never be a YouTuber ever again. It was the worst
What about you,
decision
Kate? Did you do it? because she's obviously doing things without your knowledge. So
No,
it's fair
I
to ask
didn't.
her.
I deleted that shit. Like, deleted it.
No,
The
there is
24-hour
no
access.
YouTube.
No, there's nothing.
Yeah,
That was gone.
No, and we were monetized, so I made a grand total of $1,923 off YouTube in 4.5 months. Then I cashed out, and I was done. There will never be ever any other YouTube account ever.
All right, man.
That's all I can tell you, and believe it or not, but that's it. I mean, no, never. We all we want to do is we underestimated the true crime community in that we thought that, okay, suicide seems like, or just dying seems like the way to go, and we fucked up and we hurt people, and all we want to do is stop people banging on our door. Let me tell you what we did. So right now we have a loaded moving truck right now, and tomorrow morning we're moving to a whole nother city, and we don't even trust the mail anymore. So we got a P.O. box where we're going to get our mail. That's what we did because of all this fallout. I know it sounds cowardly to you, Mr. Nut, but you don't have a girlfriend like
I got
mine.
a fucking wife. I got a fucking wife and two kids. I got two fucking kids. My wife is.
That's not what I. No, I said you don't have a girlfriend like mine who gets seizures when.
Wait a minute, hold. My daughter's mom, she gets seizures as well. My first wife, she's all fucked up, and she comes down here. She hates coming down, but she does, so I can see my daughter, and she can spend time with my kids because she loves my kids, and she's always fucking stressed, but she never backs the fuck out of saying, you know what, I'm too scared. No, man, that is.
Well, Kate flopped around on the ground and had a fucking seizure, and I was just like, this is.
Yeah, dude.
Maybe I didn't know.
I had more seizures in the last month than I've had since February of last year.
Yeah, we just.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, and I understand that, but again, to me, there are so many other ways that you could have left. You could have talked to us. To me, there's no fucking excuse. There's absolutely no. Dude, you hurt me. You hurt me to the fucking goddamn core. You hurt me, bro.
Really?
You fucking hurt me. I'm sitting over here until 3 in the goddamn morning talking to you and fucking Will. I don't talk to people till 3 in the fucking morning, bro. I don't do that shit. I don't fucking get giddy with other fucking men like fucking schoolgirls. I don't do that shit, dude. Anybody can tell you I'm one of the roughest fucking men you'll ever goddamn meet. Dude, you fucking hurt me, bro. I told you shit that I never told anybody else in my fucking anywhere.
Jesus.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Dude, what the fuck?
Okay. Look,
Get it.
I had no idea that you felt that way about us, and I'm sorry.
I fucking told you.
That's the problem.
I told you. What the fuck, dude?
Well, all right. I fucked up here, obviously, and I.
You had a fucking powerful ally with me, man. I would have been your friend to the fucking death.
Like we all just blindly committed to something because we believed in something that we were doing. And I'm going to be honest,
each other, man.
But I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. Right before this all happened, I talked to him, and I wouldn't poison his mind, but I was having my doubts about you, and I didn't want to poison his mind, but I said, I think we're all genuinely in something here, but I don't think that Truthy truly is.
I defended you, man.
And he defended you. And we were planning on having this just little powwow just to try to strengthen this thing, because what we were talking about doing was really, really big and very, very strong and powerful. And we really believed it was going to make an impact. And we thought you would make a...
Like, look, I just saw your emotion, and that was gut wrenching. I am very, very sorry, and I underestimated you, and I didn't think that you were a real friend because I didn't trust anyone on YouTube at all, and that's my problem.
Here's the thing: I called you a friend. There's other people out there that are crying, saying he's not a real friend. He's not a fucking real friend. I've never called them fucking friends. I said we were cool, and I said I liked them. But I called you a friend. I used those exact words with that other individual that's saying, "Oh, he's not defending me and he's not fighting for me. He's not a friend." I'm not a fucking friend. I never called him a goddamn friend. I called you a friend.
I see. I can see it. I know what damage was caused, and I just didn't know that people actually cared about us that much. And that's our mistake. That's the mistake that we fucked up on. We didn't know that people really actually did give that much of a shit. And I can tell very seriously that you did, and I misjudged. But we made a lot of fucking misjudgments here, and we fucked up. I don't know how much more crow I can eat. We feel awful about it. Awful. And I'm sorry that I didn't see that you would have acted like a real friend. I'm sorry. That's all I can say. I what else do I do? I mean, that's all I can say. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry to everyone.
I think that he's okay. He's back up.
Look, I don't know what else I can keep saying. Will is we really, and BJ.
I will be honest with you, dude. I'm to the point. This is me being as ghetto real as I can be with you, man. You know what? I did have a lot of love for you, but now I don't even want to see you in fucking painting. I don't want to hear your fucking name. I don't want to see you. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah. What he said.
This is me being as real as motherfucking possible, dude. You know what I mean? I would, like I said before, I would have given you the shirt off my fucking back. I would have given you my last dollar. Now I see you on the fucking street, I'll walk over you.
Yeah. Well, and we understand that. And
no, you don't. You really don't. You really don't.
We when we came on, we knew that we had no credibility and that people fucking hate us.
And here's the thing on top of that. My son, there's a kid that my son used to be really good friends with. He used to come over to my house all the time. And he had issues. And whenever he came over here, I always tried to make him feel like really fucking good about himself. I would let him kick my ass in fucking games. I mean, everything I can do to make this kid feel like a champ, I would do. And then before Christmas, he fucking hung himself right before you guys. And then Bull, fucking one of our close fucking friends in the community, like I said before, passed away. And then you did this shit, dude.
My best friend died December 29th.
Then why would you do that?
No, he overdosed on something. We don't know. His name's Mark Brandt. His name's Mark Brandt, and he died on December 29th. And he was my roommate the day after we did this. And so we were like, oh my God.
So why
should have came out?
Why didn't you just come back that day? Why didn't that inspire you to go?
Trying to figure out where we're going to move.
This isn't. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, that's true.
The thing is, I brought you on here. I brought you on here because I wanted a chance. Like I said, 60% of me was just glad to hear your voice, man.
Yeah.
So I brought you on here because I wanted somehow for that silver tongue, Truthy McGoo, to fucking sincerely
convince us otherwise
on here. And you fucking completely failed to do it. And the worst part about it is you're not even aware of it. You couldn't even, if I put you on a lie detector test right now and asked you if you were fucking sincere in your apology, you pass. But everybody fucking here sees through it. And it's not because we don't want to accept it. It's because your actions contradict your words.
But Will,
that's it.
We can't be more sorry than we really are. We are. We know that all the
sorry people would have came out without having to be put in a corner.
Sorry people wouldn't have came up here and kept making excuses and kept saying things, making it about them. You don't even realize that you're doing it. But you're making this all about you. Ah, man, you know, Kate and her epilepsy and I know she does. Nobody's saying that she doesn't.
Okay.
But a lot of people, but you're sitting here saying, you're talking like there's not 1,470 people in this chat that don't have fucking problems of their own that would never do that shit. That's the problem.
Yeah, we know.
Wait,
you don't.
Let him know.
Clearly.
Okay.
Right. I'm just yelling because I'm fucking just pissed and emotional, right? Gaslighting motherfucker. Look, man, this didn't go the way we wanted it to go. Didn't go the way you wanted it to go. So as far as
I think if you guys were really sorry, like I said in the beginning, you would show your face, you would show remorse. Kate, I think if you were sorry, you would have reached out to me personally by now, which you haven't. Hell, you haven't even apologized to me on here for all of that. So I don't believe anything you guys are trying to sell. I wish you the fucking best in your life. I'm out. I can't do this shit anymore. It's a fucking circus.
What? Okay. Well, I guess it didn't go the way we wanted it. Okay.
Yeah, I had enough of that. I've had my fill of that. I think we all did. And I don't even see a reason to keep this going that long, but now that they're gone, I'm gonna open up the chat. And I'm gonna give somebody else a chance to talk. And I think Mr. Nutt would like that little break too. Get himself together a little bit as well, because I know I'm feeling that. If I'm feeling that, I know you got to be feeling that, homie.
Bro, I am fucking livid, man.
And I'm pissed off for Annie, bro. I've never heard Annie like that.
No, neither
I've never
have I.
seen Annie get like that. I didn't even know she had it in her to get like that. And she had every right to get like that.
Yep.
And I'm pissed for her that she had to get like that. And I'm pissed for you that you had to get the way you did too.
I just fucked up the whole desk.
Jesus. So I'm gonna open up the panel and breathe and let somebody else vent for a minute here, because God damn it, if we earned it, a lot of you guys earned it. And then this motherfucker's name is not, neither one of their names is welcome in my chat ever again. I'm fucking shaking right now. Fuck.
I'm just trying to do something to get my mind off of that shit.
Soulless Sticks, how we doing?
Hey, how are you?
I think it's pretty obvious. How are you?
Yeah.
What a different night this is from last night. Wow.
This is the most different night I've ever had in my life. I guess there's a yin and the yang, right? Because I had a fantastic night last night.
You did. It was beautiful.
Right. But tonight was, I'm grateful for the closure. But
Yeah. I know there's a lot of hurt people. So I'm new to this YouTube stuff. I'm not going to lie. I'm not very techie. I've had a cell phone for maybe a year. No joke. But I came on YouTube just, to learn about, to see if there was any help out there for trafficking victims. I'm a survivor of trafficking. I tell my story. I have a book coming out. And I work with victims, basically young girls that have been trafficked. I've worked with over 400, and I came on YouTube to kind of see if I wanted to start a channel and get into things like that to try to help people during these crazy times. And I found the Sophie Long.
Okay, so you don't have any thoughts on Truthy or what just went down?
Well, I was just gonna say, I just feel for you guys. I've just kind of been following all this, and I just.
All right, I appreciate it, but right now this is a real sensitive time, and we really appreciate it. But I'm going to let somebody else who's actually been affected by this talk.
Hey guys.
All right, what's up, Rosalind?
Hey guys. Hey, thanks for letting me on. And Mr. Nutt, you showed what we were all experiencing, and what I personally was feeling as well. That we really believed that we were friends of these folks.
Yeah.
And then they did this shit. So I want to thank you for allowing your feelings to show, because it was what a lot of us in panel, I'm sure, were experiencing. And I'm really sorry that it's still affecting you. I wish I could give you a big old hug and let you know it's okay. But I'm thankful also to Will for allowing this platform to try and do the right thing. And Will, you did the right thing, and they fucked up again, because it is their nature, and bless them, let them be gone. you know, and wish them a good life. And I thank you, Will, for man, doing what you do. And
Well, I
Nut,
appreciate you doing what you do as well, Rustling.
dude, you have no idea. This chat, yeah. Okay, well, I'm
Appreciate
gonna
you. Thank
back
you.
out. Let somebody else have a time. Love you guys. Bye.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. We got Mimster next. How are you doing,
Hey,
Mister?
I'm all right. How are you guys? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Um, you know, I hate to say this was a waste of time with them, but it wasn't in the sense that you guys got to vent. And I think that you all deserve that, your time to
I'm
vent.
sorry,
And
I got to cut you. I'm sorry, I got to cut you off for just a second. I got to address something in chat. So people are saying that I'm rude for cutting the last person off. They're saying, well, because trafficking victim. As much as I feel for trafficking victims, as much as I've proven and continue to prove how much I feel for trafficking victims, well, she was also promoting a upcoming probable YouTube channel, and this is not the time or place for that. So I'm sorry if you feel that way, but that's why I did it. Okay, please go on, Mimster.
yeah, and I'm going to make this quick. You know, you guys needed to vent. You let it out, and you needed that. You know, you needed that type of closure for yourselves. You either were going to get to, you know, vent and forgive, or vent and just shut them out and move on with your lives. And you've been able to accomplish either one. Annie and Mr. Nutt and you will. What pissed me off is that this was the moment for them to really do right by the wrongs that they've done, and they just kept lying. I mean, just the bullshit that was coming out of their mouths just really, really upsets me. I would have taken a really heartfelt apology, and because I believe in forgiveness and I believe in second chances and all that crap, right? But he just fucking kept lying. Two things that I noticed that they lied about. He, you know, when Annie brought up the Gelf, you know, he said that that he didn't know. But then a couple of minutes later, he's talking about how he was keeping in touch with someone and making sure that the Gelf was okay. So he lied. He lied.
Yeah, he was
The
lying the whole
moment
time. I
he was
mean,
lying the whole
they
fucking time.
both were. They both were. And you can
Yeah,
tell that they lie to each other. You
and
know,
yeah,
and
and then
it's
about the
That's
well,
weird.
it's just
That's
too many
weird.
lies. But
yeah.
Mr. Nutt, there's just too many lies to keep up with, right? Right. He can be in the bathroom taking a shit and she's lying, and there's just
Too
too many
many
lies.
too many lies that I care to fucking try to keep up with. See, I'm a
Right.
grown ass man now, and I've already done all the shit that I'm gonna do with bullshit. Now I'm just trying to like, you know, like organize the shit in my head to be productive and in a productive manner. And that kind of shit just it's like it's dirtying the grout in the tiles of my brain.
Right. I
You
think
know, and I don't
yeah.
need that, dude. I
I
don't
you
need
know,
that.
and I'm to the point in my life. I'm 44 years old. I'm too old to, you know, my memory can't keep up with all the fucking lies. You know what I mean? Like I don't understand how other people can do it. Just this, I live my life very, very peacefully, and I would think that other people who say that they're trying to do right by other people and help other people would do the same. And they was just very contrary, very contradicting what they were saying. Just constant contradicting of, you know, their actions say one thing, but their mouths were saying another. And I'm just like, so I'm over the bullshit. Like these people don't deserve any more of
That was the thing is like
your energy.
the way they didn't have any consideration for the fact that the way they were talking is a slap in the face to everybody listening.
Agreed.
They had no idea.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
blew my mind. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna
All right.
go ahead and bring, I got a lot of people waiting, but I thank you,
No, go
Minster.
ahead. That's all I wanted to say. Bye, guys.
All right. Bring Carrie on real quick. I'm going in order here, guys. So how we doing, Carrie?
Good. How are y'all? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
That went exactly how I thought it was going to go.
See, it went exactly how I thought it was going to go. It just didn't go how I hoped it would go.
Well, yeah, we all hope that would go better. But I'm pissed. I got my closure, so I'm good. But they didn't come out to apologize to any of us.
No. What they came out for, and they admitted
And
it,
they fucking
they came
said it.
out
Yeah.
to confront a woman with cancer, is what they came out to do.
So
Like,
they're still pieces
that's what
of
they
shit.
came out to do. And they admitted it.
Yes.
So
Point blank admitted it.
all right. Thank you, Carrie. Thank
Thank
you. I
you.
really appreciate it. All right. Bye. All right. All right. My Siren Jag. I'm really curious to see what he has to say about this. How we doing, my man?
Hey, man, what's going on? Oh, you know I got stuff to say.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you've earned it. You've absolutely earned it.
Okay. First of all, I noticed when they were saying, "Oh, they know they've heard Ex Varna, and they know they've heard Gel, they know they've heard everybody who was in Kate's big long chat that she had that was supposed to start her channel, and they mentioned everyone but me." I caught that. Okay, but we're gonna skip that for just this minute. Okay, and you know how they were talking about how they can't access that GoFundMe? Well, GoFundMe is not a bank. They don't hold funds. They don't have $890 to check.
And why would Bridget say that she got access to the funds? Why would she lie about that?
Let's see.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, GoFundMe is a pass-through. It doesn't hold the funds longer than about 3 days. So Truthy can't call and find out that $890 is still there because there's no money that's in a GoFundMe that's still there beyond like 3 business days. It's already gone into the target account that it's gone and distributed. So there's no way to get that back. If anyone requests some money from GoFundMe and they need a refund or something, GoFundMe has no money to refund them. What they do is they hold the money from future donations and give that back to whoever needs a refund. It has no money to give back to anybody, and it has no money to be held to check a balance in it. So anytime he says, "Oh, that money's still in there," that is bullshit.
It's not. It's just telling you how much has been raised.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, like I said before, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. And I've seen some screenshots already that have me convinced that he's lying. But I just didn't want to. That was the bull that he was there for, and it wasn't about to let him ruin a beautiful thing that happened within this community. I just wasn't about to let him try to do that.
And
so
it was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I just wanted to scream at them. I was just like, and they just threw away the friendship of so many hundreds and thousands of people. It's like, do we care? Do you care anything about anyone you talk to, or are we just like content to you? I mean, it just blows my mind how they can just piss away thousands of people. It's like we just don't matter at all.
Didn't give a fuck. Give a fuck at all.
I mean,
I
told them.
Oh, you don't have a girlfriend.
I mean, I told them
that was that was like offensive.
I told them things
it was a level of ignorance that was offensive, because it was ignorance behind that statement, pure ignorance, just completely and totally, inconsideration. Yes.
And I was wrong because
I'm gonna keep you on, Siren Jag. I'm gonna keep you on, but I'm gonna bring Romer on. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, can you
What's
hear
up,
me?
Romer?
Oh
Yeah.
God, where do I start with this?
Wherever you want.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start with like what happened after he got doxxed, Truthy. Like, I know that he was going through a lot, but just out of the ordinary, I was just like, replying. Like, I was on Twitter and I was just like, making some tweets up, just talking about some random stuff. Like, Siren can actually attest to this because he once made like a funny comment. Sorry, he didn't make a funny comment. He posted something and then I made a funny comment, and then just out of the ordinary, he just attacks me saying that I'm a fake, that he accused me of me hitting on Kate's wife, even though I myself admit that I'm a bit of a pervert on YouTube. I'm like a friendly pervert. Like, I do it to everybody. I do it to guys. I do it to girls. I mean, there's no harm at all.
I got you.
But then he just attacks me out of the ordinary. And then when I try to reply to him gracefully saying, hey, is there something going on? He blocks me.
Yeah, what happened was everyone in Kate's Discord, a lot of people flirt with each other because, it's a lot of people on the internet, and that's what you do because lots of people don't date and don't judge us. But anyway, and that's how it was. But Kate supposedly was uncomfortable. I wish you could see my air quotes. Uncomfortable with things that Romer was telling her, and she was supposedly relating them to Truthy, and he was getting just madder and madder and madder until all of a sudden he blew up at Romer about how specifically his stuff and no one else's was just too much, and how he had to stop and leave them both alone and never talk to them again. It was just ridiculous. And
once that happened, she kicked me off the server, and then I wanted to see whether anybody else had the same problem, and then just like that, Kate's Discord was deleted. Everybody was deleted. I spoke with Gelth about it. I spoke with Bridget. I just wanted to see what was going on, and then I heard about the supposed suicide that occurred when Kate posted it on Twitter.
Like, I just didn't want to hear how uncomfortable they were. I did not give a fuck. I gotta be honest. I just didn't give a fuck.
Right. Here's the thing. The worst thing about it was that I didn't feel as much heartbreak as everybody else did because I was a little bit numbed by what Truthy had said to me earlier. But then I saw
I
what
had a gut
with,
feeling. Yeah. I had a gut feeling this entire time. A few of us did. Save Robbie did. Save Robbie was quick on the draw. He texted me, he goes, something smells fucked up. And I was like, that's a little too early, dude, because I'm just the kind of guy that wants to be sure, But my heart was totally with Save Robbie. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to lie about it. I every time, this is the thing, and believe it or not, I've talked about this before. Every time I've lost someone close to me, I feel their presence no longer with me. They're gone. When they're gone, I feel that lack of them now. I didn't get that when I heard this. I didn't get that when I heard this. And I know I would have because I was struggling with how I was going to handle the nature of our association moving forward. And Mr. Nutt can attest to that because we were talking about it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So that's that, and I didn't get that feeling. And I can honestly tell you, man, I've had friends murdered, accidents, suicides, overdoses. I'm 45 years old and I've lived a very, very irresponsible life. I'm not trying to lie about that. So there have been people that I've lost due to the lifestyle that I have chosen to live. Luckily, before it happened to me, I was able to decide to change. But the point being is, I always had that feeling every single person I lost. Always had that feeling. And I didn't have that. That's how I knew. When Save Robbie said that, I was like, yeah, I feel you, dude. I don't even know if I told him that, but I was thinking it, and then I started to express it to other people. And you know what's funny? I was on the phone with Michael Long when I found out, right?
Yeah,
I was on the phone
right
with
after.
Michael Long. Right after I finished the live stream, Michael Long called me and we talked. And as soon as I was like, hello, hey, what's up, man? I get the screenshot from Save Robbie of the post that Kate supposedly made on Truthy's channel, right? And then I was like, dude, so Michael Long got my reaction in real time. I was like, dude, it says here Truthy's dead. And I got to tell you, the both of us were doubting it. We just did not want to admit it out loud. It was really weird. I could tell that he was trying to find a delicate way of not having to say, I don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? And I was the same thing. And it was just fucked up, you know?
Right, I agree. Yeah.
And then I contacted Mr. Nutt, and then we discussed it, you know, and I remember saying, you know, I don't know if I just don't believe it or if I just don't want to believe it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I never got to the point to where, like, fuck, he's gone. I never got to that point because I just didn't feel it in my heart. And then a few of us felt that same way, and we ended up communicating about it. And then hold on one second. All right, dude. Let me see something. Go ahead, Mr. Nutt. Take over, or any of you guys go ahead. I got to take care of something right now.
Yeah, I actually wanted to just add on top of what you said about like communications, because I actually spoke with Gelth when he found out about this. He was legitimately crying. Like he said, like he's freaking crying over this. He was going to seriously end it, and I told him, dude, please don't do it. Like we were all upset. Like me, Gelth, Bridget, a lot of people who used to be part of like Kate's Discord. I made my own private Discord, and like, you know, like we had all of the like some of the former members from Kate's channel just like join in there and like just talk about it, and we were all upset. Like Rosetta, it was so it was massively traumatizing. And this was actually a few days before, she like Bridget told me that she was in the hospital for bronchial pneumonia, and she was actually close to killing herself. So I, for one, do not believe that she would do something this cruel.
And for the longest time, I thought that I did not want to hope 100% that this was fake. I always wanted to like keep this little kernel in the back of my mind that this could be real, because I didn't want to be that one asshole who would be like, oh, he's really gone, and then feel like that asshole. But
hey, I'm sorry, real quick. I gotta kick a few people off just to make room. So people, please stop clicking on the link. I need Josh up here. He wants a link, and the whole studio is full. So I'm gonna kick a few people for now. Or if you're on and you're not Josh, do me a favor and remove yourself from the studio just for a minute, just until, because he's got some things to clear up that I believe he's earned as well.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I'm going to let Dad Challenge Podcast on. He wants to come on for a minute. So if you are not Dad Challenge Podcast or anybody else, I'm going to let you guys go too, Siren Jag and Romer, okay? Just for now.
Okay, we'll catch you later.
Yep. No,
all right, I appreciate you guys, man. No, I'm really glad you guys came on. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, take care.
All right, appreciate you. So there he is. Hold on. What's up, Josh?
Hey, it's all messed up. Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you great. Your mic is fantastic, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, of course. Sounds good. You bought a new one, huh?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah, it does.
It's all frozen. Something's wrong.
Well, your mic sounds freaking great. Can you hear me? Can you hear us? Hello? So,
hello?
Yo.
Everything's messed. You guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you fine.
You great.
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
Sorry, I'm just responding to a lot of people over, Twitter, and people already trying to twist words that weren't said on Twitter. and I'm trying to be like, nah, that's not what was fucking said, motherfucker. You guys are just trying to start beef between people, which is bullshit. You know what I mean? And I understand everything that happened is fucked up. I understand I don't want to fucking see or hear or anything with that dude again, but I'm also not going to tolerate people lying on Twitter and stretching or twisting the truth to fuck with their own agenda. That's some bullshit, because that's what they're trying to do. On some people are trying to get people to fight with each other. So I'm just dropping like truth on these on Twitter, like, no, motherfucker, that's not what was said. You know?
Yeah, I agree with you. I do not want to again, I don't think that any of us are being unfair to them at all. As a matter of fact, I know we're not. So I won't tolerate anyone, at least on my platform, being unfair to him. And if I see it, I'm going to counter it. That's just the type of person that I am. But I'm getting people still coming in here, but I need to know if Josh is coming back in here, because he has something very important to say, and like I said, I believe he's earned it. Again, man, people keep coming on here. Stop. Come on. If I'm kicking you out, just wait, because I need to make room in the studio. Here we go.
Everybody, just wait a second, so that way Josh can say what he has to say, and then we can bring everybody back in.
Hey guys, you got me now? I just had to come to. I was just in bed. You got me now?
Yeah.
All right, so
we were in bed with you while you were watching. Ooh.
Yeah, we were just hitting the bed. We watched a little bit of Cobra Kai. Went to sleep, but I was watching something. Tom told me to check out the chat. I'm looking at the chat. People are blaming me for knowing things. I just want to clear it up. Yeah, I think
they said themselves that there was two people that knew, and it was Donald Dolan and some girl named Paige, who I think goes to the community.
They never said DCP. They never said. All they did was say that.
I just want to clear up what happened. So, because there's people in the chat who are just going to run with this, because there's a bunch of people in your chat that don't like me, and I want to make sure that they don't go out spouting lies to everybody. So here's how this all went down. The day before. Night Annie. The day before all this went down. And I have obviously I kept all the receipts because I'm not stupid, but he had called, something was going on too. He had called me a few times. I think maybe Mr. Nut, you might've been getting these calls too. We were chatting for hours. Sometimes it felt like something was up. Obviously something was up, because clearly he went to this crazy step that he took, but something else was going on. It just felt like, I don't know. And then he wrote a song and put it on his YouTube, or like he sang a song. It just was getting kind of weird. But at the same time, I just was like, people go through some stuff. So he messaged me and he's like, look, I need this logo for this channel I want to make, but where I go after doxers and people who are doing bad stuff to people. And I said, hey, that sounds cool. What do you want to call it? And he said Darth Vindictus or something like that.
Yeah, he did say that.
Right. He bragged about that. He bragged about that today, as a matter of fact, when I spoke to him on the phone.
Yeah, so I made him the logo, and I was like, yeah, here you go, cool. I mean, this is what I do. I help people. I help everybody who I can help. You guys know that.
Yeah.
But he didn't say he was shutting down his channel at all, and he absolutely didn't say that he was gonna go fake his death. So I just assumed he was starting a separate channel for this thing he was doing. And in the chat that we have, which I have, he didn't say anything about even shutting down his main channel.
And Josh, you would have never let that slide in the first place.
Oh, I know. I know.
If you even, I mean, you were part of the team that was helping us dig, and you were like, "Holy shit, this is fun!" Like, you got a taste of what true crime being part of the
God,
true crime
like
community was.
Addictive,
and you were enjoying it.
Like, holy shit! It was crazy. Like, I was like, you know what?
And I was enjoying you enjoying it. You know what I mean? Like, why not make it fun? Why not make it fun? Because we knew this motherfucker wasn't dead. We knew that shit.
Yeah, and it was like, as soon as, I think when we came to the realization too, a lot of us were just like, oh my God, and in what walk of life have we ever been in where anybody is ever going to experience something like this? Like, in the end, it's obviously the worst thing and terrible, obviously, yes, for what he did, but oh my gosh, like, did you ever think we'd be sitting here
talking
about
this? Machiavelli. This is a Machiavellian experience in real life.
Did anybody else catch that when he was on here? He acted like he did us a favor by doing that. He was like, oh, I gave the true crime community something to do, so I cracked a little joke, and I was like, fuck you. You know what I mean? I just was like dumbfounded before I even got revved up to even go off on him. But
it's
like,
heartbreaking because like I saw you, Mr. Nut, get a little bit upset there and justifiably so. And I think in the chat with Will and Annie, we all said the same thing. Like if this ends up being fake, because we're still wrestling with it regardless until we had absolute dead
That's
proof,
what I was
right?
saying. Yeah, it was like everybody had a 2% of doubt.
I know you always have that little bit of doubt, but we always said that like if this did go down that way, like let them get on with do what they want to do with their lives. We're gonna leave them alone, but like I'll never speak to them again. That's just not something you do. I mean, in the end, it's just not acceptable. Everybody knows that, and he came on and said his piece, and just like clearly wants to get away from all this, and so I think
that's what I say. I say just let him do it, man.
Yeah.
Like good riddance. Good riddance.
Exactly.
I mean, like the truth is, if you go after them in any fucking way, then you're just as much of an asshole as he is.
Fuck that. Just leave them like they don't exist. That's what they want. Leave them the fuck alone.
Yep.
Leave them the fuck alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck off. We're better off without you. You're better off without us, obviously. Fuck off. I neither wish you the best or do wish you the best. I don't give a fuck. It's just,
I nothing
done.
you. I nothing.
Yeah, we're fucking done. Everybody's getting what they want here.
But you know what, guys? Good for you guys for digging for the truth, finding the truth, and then opening your platform up, Will, to get this out there for everybody who needed to like have this closure. Because remember, we talked about this. It's all about that closure. Human beings need closure. It's something that we absolutely need, and we got that tonight. And you know what? Let's all just move on from here and just like, obviously learn from this shit, but like continue on just being ourselves and making sure we call out the dirt shit that people do like this. This is insane. So.
You know what? I'm not going through this shit again. If any one of you motherfuckers fakes your own death, dude, I'm gonna be like, all right, cool.
Whatever.
Fuck off.
Whatever. But, we can all say that we had the Machiavelli experience.
I know, like that's the last Machiavelli.
I feel like that's a fucking compliment to him, though. Fuck that. I feel like it's the douchebag experience.
Well, Machiavelli was a douchebag too. He wasn't a good guy.
Well, while we're here, if Tupac is listening, come on the show and just own up to it, bro. We want you back. we need real rap back.
Yeah. Why can't come on, just somebody that will forgive for it, somebody who actually contributed something enough to where we're gonna forgive them for it. Like, come on, Tupac, please.
You're gonna get a call from Elvis soon. There's gonna be some people calling. This is the night. If you're gonna do it now, let's do it now.
Right. Come on, Robin Williams, say it ain't so.
Yeah, say it is.
So,
I mean? Yeah, I just want to clear it up, guys. Just let you guys know that, and obviously, that, and he did say that. I think people got confused because he said, I told Josh I wanted to make a new channel, and he was very confusing with what he said. But obviously, I keep my receipts, so I'm not worried about it. I just don't want people in your chat who don't like me going off spouting garbage.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, like it was everything you heard was fucking plain as day, dude. So. That's all you should need. And you go making more shit up out of it, then you're ridiculous, because we're not going to dwell on this shit anymore. So if you start dwelling on it, then there's something wrong with you. That's how I feel about it, because we're not going to contribute to that. We're not going to make this another Watts or Sophie thing. That's not going to happen. We got the closure. It's done. Let these fuckers live their own happy or sad life, whichever one it is.
Yeah. Well, yep. That's right. They're going to be they've got the cone of YouTube shame forever. I mean, that just, I hope they do stay off this platform and off social media and just go on and just live, get
I agree.
Clearly this is not a place for you. That's what I'm going to say.
Agree.
Yeah, that's self-evident there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, dudes. Well, I am heading back to bed. I'm going to watch the next. Oh my gosh. If you guys haven't seen Cobra Kai, please do yourself a
we've been
favor.
watching it.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, I love it, dude. I love the little Easter eggs, dude. Like, it's fantastic.
And it's like for dudes our age, it's so perfect. The music and like the cheese, it's just, we needed it in our lives. We needed it.
Right.
Perfect amount of cheese, right?
Yeah. All right, dudes. I appreciate you guys, and we'll talk soon.
All right, man. Later.
All right.
Peace out.
Good night, Josh. I'm gonna let a couple more people on, but after that, I'm gonna call it a night. We don't need to do this all fucking night, So,
yeah.
This person's been waiting a while. What's up? You mad, bro?
Hey, can you hear me?
What's up? Yeah.
Okay. So coming from somebody that's brother committed suicide and I found him, I didn't really know who you were. I came from Annie and Josh's channel. Dude talked in circles, and like old girl was laughing in the background.
He talks
Like
out
it
of
was
both
so
sides of
funny.
his mouth a lot. He talks out of both sides of his mouth a lot. Absolutely.
So that's how he normally is.
Yeah, yeah. No, I was having an issue with that. I told him, Comic Nut that. After the fact, I was like, I was having this issue with him. And prior to this, I just told him, hey, just keep your eyes open. I want this thing to work, but I don't want any weak links. And then when I finally got to a point, we agreed we're going to have a talk with him, and hopefully, because we thought that he had a lot to offer what we were trying to do. And so we were going to have a talk with him about it. And then this shit fucking happened.
Then this was all out of like left field.
Yeah, well, kind of. I mean, he was kind of going over the edge, and he was definitely pushed. He was definitely fucking pushed, and more than a little nudged, if I'm being honest. That's true. But it's not an excuse, because a lot of us are dealing with that. Like I said, it goes with the territory. People are going to be dirty. It's going to happen. It's not okay, and we're going to fight it, and we're going to fucking expose people who do it. But it's going to happen. It's when you're taking on really controversial subject matter.
Yeah.
It's going to bring out the worst of people. Yeah, the worst type of person sometimes.
It just breaks my heart seeing Annie get the way that she was. She never really comes out of character like that. And then Mr. Nutt, I've never seen him before, but like that was sad. Like that was so sad. Like it's just a very, very touchy subject. And there are so many people in the chat saying I've lost my dad, I've lost my brother, and stuff like that. And I don't think I've followed anything so closely since the Sophie Long case. And this was I don't even know. Like it was just crazy. I mean, it's good that y'all figured it out and stuff. Like, but why would he provoke the true crime community? Like he knows that we did.
Because he underestimates.
Dumb. Like he's a special kind of stupid. There has got to be something wrong with this guy. I'm thinking like drug addiction, but I mean that's just my go-to because that's my profession. I'm a certified recovery specialist, and I specialize.
Hey, good for you, man. So you're giving back, man, and I love that. I love to hear when I hear people do that, man. I love to hear that. It's a lot more than what I'm doing.
Well, thanks.
I think that's fantastic.
I just wanted to come on and state my opinion and say that I think that it was really, really screwed up.
And you're entitled.
Yeah, I cannot freaking believe it. It's just so unbelievable. Like that's just something that you don't do. You delete profiles and you just text people, hey, I'm going ghost and peace out. You don't, you know what I mean? Say the suicide. Then he circled back on the suicide. Then he was like, yeah, well, I was going to suicide. And then like, whatever, like we're going to listen to the playback. And then y'all are going to hear old girl laughing in the background. Y'all are going to hear them like facilitating their lives in the background. Like we're not dumb. Like dumb people, you know what I mean? I can't. It's just too much. But that's all that I had to say.
All right. I appreciate you. Thank you. And I love your little name there, man. It's just funny.
Yeah, it's a troll name. I'm not a troll. Josh knows
No, but it's a cool one. Actually, it's funny. A friend of mine who actually accidentally shot himself. It was not an intentional suicide, but that was an inside joke between us because there was some mutual friend of ours, and we used to like say, "You mad, bro?" Like before it was even a t-shirt, we would say, "You mad, bro?" Because we come from Miami, and everybody's bro. You catch me when I start to get a little ghetto, I say bro like every other minute. You know what I mean? Like every other second.
Yeah.
So
when you get hyped.
So we would. That was our little inside joke with somebody. So it's cool to see.
My brother that's still alive, that's in prison, he shot himself in the foot because he was trying to act all cool in front of his buddies and put a pistol into his, I guess, waistband, and he ended up shooting himself in the foot. He ended up missing the bone, but he's an idiot. But yeah, that's crazy. But I hope that you guys can move past this. I know that your trust levels are not going to be like one far up the bar.
we just bring closure and leave it at that to one fucking thing in this community and let this be it? You know, because at this point, we're flattering the motherfucker after this. After tonight, we're going to be flattering the motherfucker if we aren't already by continuing to talk about him. And I just don't want to do that, you know?
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't mention his name in the chat either. I agree with his name shouldn't be allowed in the chat.
Tonight, until this live, we have until the end of this live stream to talk as much shit as we want. But after this is over, then, you know, I don't even want this fucking name mentioned in my chat again.
Yeah. Yep.
Completely understandable.
Agreed. 1000%.
But I'll get off here and I'll let the next person win. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you.
Have a good night, y'all.
You too.
You too. All right. Miss Murder. How we doing, Miss
Hi.
Murder?
Long time no see. How are you?
Yeah, not bad.
Oh, stupid question, really. Okay, just two things real quick. I met Truthy on Carlo and Coalition, had some good chats, you know, get a rapport going on. And that's how you start to, you know, develop feelings and friendships for other people on YouTube. So I want them to know that different varying degrees that this has affected a lot of people everywhere. Okay. Yeah. So that's the first thing I want them to know.
I mean, and it boils down to, it was just baby shit. That's all it was. It was a fucking baby tantrum, bro. Like, you know, oh, I'm dead. Just tell everybody I'm dead.
It's kind of like Chris Watts being being sentenced and the judge saying, why kill your own family? Get a divorce, you know? It's like, why go to this extreme?
What the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing is I listened to everything they said. You don't even really need to pick it apart. The kicker is, and I'm assuming faking your own YouTube death isn't illegal in America, but the kicker was we weren't going to come on here, but we're coming on here because
I'm sorry, I read Josh's comment and it made me laugh.
So that's it, you know. That's the only reason they came on, was to clear their name for something illegal.
That's what pissed me off.
Something unethical.
That's what pissed everyone off. Yeah, you're right.
And that's it. You don't
that's
even
what really pissed Annie off. I mean, dude, I've never seen Annie like that, man, and it made me mad to see her like that.
I could have let it all fly. I was even keel and calm, but once he said that, I was just like, blink. It just lit up inside of me like, this is bullshit. The only reason they're even here and saying hi is because they were accused of something other than
illegal.
what they were actually talking about. Yeah,
they didn't give a shit about the unethical.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yo, they made Mr. Nuts
allegation.
They made Mr. Nuts' girlfriend mad, dude. That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
No, it's bullshit.
No, I broke my table.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about my green screen. It's been fucked since New Year. But that's pretty much all I needed to say. But one more thing. It's not all for naught. Okay. Whether you got out of them what you wanted or what you didn't want, at least now you guys can have maybe some closure. You know, talk about it now. End the stream. It's over. Bye-bye, Felicia's, and just go do your thing, and we'll do ours.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. Thank you, Miss Murder. I appreciate you.
All right. Good work.
Thank you. Good night. All right. Sarah Cat. What's up, Sarah Cat?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
Oh, perfect. I just wanted to start off saying, hold on, let me do this. Hello. I just wanted to start off by saying I wasn't a huge follower of Truthy. I kind of found him a little late, but I found him very interesting and really liked his character. And
silver tongue, man. I'm telling you, he had that silver tongue.
Exactly. And when I heard the news, I will admit I shed some tears. But at the same time, something didn't sit right
Hold
with
on,
me.
hold on a second. Hey, Caleb and everybody else, stop dropping the link in chat, please, because I got this studio full and I'm gonna end it pretty soon. So, but go ahead, Sarah Cat. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
So go ahead.
So when I heard the news, I was really upset, but something didn't sit right with me, and yeah, and you know, and I kind of after a day or two moved on, and then I heard this news, and I went, I knew it. And this morning I said, you know what? He better come online and issue an apology and issue a reason why. Because all I want to know is why, and I want to hear an apology. And when I saw that you were gonna have a video tonight, I was like, oh, I'm watching that. I am so staying like it's like 10 minutes to 1 in the morning for me. So I'm like, but I'm staying up and I'm watching this. And when I heard you, Claire, when you said that, you know, what was like 60% of you just wanted to hear his voice, I lost it because that's what I wanted. And I got super emotional, and I just was, that was me. I was so glad to just hear his voice again. And then when Mr. Nutt, when he just went at it, like, good for you, man. But when you went the way you did, I could feel that. I could really, really feel that emotion. And Annie too, when she came in and she just put balls to the wall.
I never seen any like that, man. Like
Yeah,
that
exactly.
hurt. It hurt, you know.
You could feel it. You could feel her anger, and you could feel that she just wanted the truth. And I mean, I can't even say his name anymore because there is no truth in his name anymore. And that's just it. Like, I'm glad he's alive. I am. But in my opinion, what he did was criminal. He committed fraud. And the fact that he said he didn't think he was going to hurt this many people the way he did is just bullshit. Bullshit, in my opinion, because there was he had so many followers. He had so many people that he knew cared about him. I mean, me, I came in late and I cared a lot about him, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that and I knew about his father, and that was the first thought I had too, was why this way?
Yeah, that's some crazy. Yeah, you know, you lose your father this way, and then you're gonna do that? Come on, man.
Yeah, and then when he said
psycho shit.
Exactly, you got to be a certain level of crazy to pull this shit off. And then when he sat there and said that thing about his friend the next day, like, what the fuck, man? Honestly, and you didn't think to come to your senses? My God. And I talked with Kate a few times. She probably doesn't even remember now, but I have the same career as she does. And I, you know, talked to her off to the side about it, and, you know, just briefly, but I felt like we were cordial with each other. And then I just never felt like these two would be like these kinds of people. So that's all I really wanted to come on here and say. I'm sorry for all the people that got hurt. I'm sorry for the amount of people that really suffered through this, especially through COVID, who are alone and feeling this.
And evidently was going through episodes again.
Yeah, and maybe exactly going through episodes of the trauma, like PTSD, maybe even like. But anyway, one last thing is, Mr. Nutt, I heard what you do, and man, that is awesome. I'm like, I commend you for doing such brave things, and that is admirable. So
Yeah,
thank you. You guys are awesome, and I'll let someone else come on, but thank you guys so much. That's all I really wanted to say.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good night.
Night.
Good night. All right, we got Hazardous has JBX.
What's going on? What's going on?
Not much.
How we doing?
Y'all hear me? Y'all can
Yeah,
hear
we
me?
hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, Will, I got 2 questions for you, right? And I need
Sure.
you to really please try to answer it the best you can. All right, question number 1, right? you as his ex buddy, right? Truthy's ex buddy, right? Do you think that Truthy was genuinely trying to disappear and get away from all the YouTube hate, or do you think he did this for for attention, for like clout?
I think he was doing it for attention and clout, but I think that he believed that he was doing it to get away. I think he convinced himself that he was doing it to get away.
That's a great answer, man.
I don't even think that he's even aware of how full of shit he is.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm pretty sure everybody in the chat really wanted to know that answer.
No, it's a great question. It's a great question.
All right, I hope my second one is a great one too. All right, are you gonna completely stop harassing Critical K, man?
I'm not going to talk about that right now, but I'm going to say that if you look at the grand scheme of things between the two of us, I'm not the one who does any harassing. So I'm going to leave it at that. But thanks for coming on the panel. Have a good night.
That's cool. No doubt. That's cool. That's cool. The only reason I asked you that
that's all I'm going to talk about that.
Was because a real man won't argue with a woman. You heard? A real man won't waste his time with a woman.
Not as she's perpetuating hate and falsities.
Yeah,
man.
and I'm not.
Yeah, man. I'm a man.
I'm not even gonna let Critical K hijack this through someone else, even inadvertently. This is not about Critical K. So moving on. Heather S.
Hey, what's going on?
How we doing?
Oh, well, I'm close to Memphis, so for Josh, if Elvis comes back alive, I will totally let you know. There's so many things that were wrong with this. So here's the thing that got me, a couple of things that got me. One, don't piss Annie off.
Yeah.
Holy crap. But two, the only sincerity that you ever heard in his voice was when Annie said something about somebody posting something on his dad's online obituary.
Right. That was the only conviction. That was the only conviction you heard the whole time.
The only time. The other thing that pissed me off, and somebody else had mentioned it whenever somebody brought up the other gentleman, and when Annie brought him up, he was like, "Oh no, I didn't hear about that. What happened? Is he okay?" But then 10 minutes later, he brought it up that he had heard about it, that he had contacted him or whatever. So it's like he poked holes in his own thing. But it's like you're wanting to claim your ex is trying to assault your current girlfriend, okay? Grab your phone, video it, document it, call the police. Right? Yeah. The other thing.
Yeah.
Dude, Ray Charles can sit there and see how many people were clearly affected by the BS from day one, and you couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, well, he couldn't because he didn't care. That's the issue. He couldn't see it because he didn't care.
Exactly.
Like he fails to realize that the reason why there are even now over 1,000 people in this chat right now, he fails to realize is because all of these people were hurt in some way, shape, or form. That he didn't consider us. He wants all these people want an answer as to why their feelings were not being considered, and we never got a straight answer.
Oh hell no. You have somebody who is very self-absorbed or whatever, and somebody who just didn't care. And then the only reason why you came on was to because of somebody
and made excuses the rest of the time. Right. He came on here to call a woman not dying, but fighting and surviving cancer. He came on here to call her a liar.
Yes,
that's what he came on here to do.
I caught that. Oh my God. I'm like, dude.
And
so
the rest of the time was just excuses.
Gaslighting.
Yes. And I live in the South, and we have a saying, You're so full of shit, your eyes are brown. Period.
Yeah.
Because he was full of that the entire time, except when Annie said something about the comment on his dad's obituary. That was the
Right.
millisecond that we saw any type of care, concern, empathy, whatever. That was
I
it.
agree with you. I agree with
It
you.
was just.
I'm gonna bring someone else on. Heather S., thank you so much. Okay, I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that.
Good night, you guys.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Good night, guys.
All right. Let's see. Amber Ann.
Hey guys.
How we doing, Amber Ann?
Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Okay, I just want to make sure you guys hear me. I might have a little bit of a not unpopular, but a little bit of a different opinion. I kind of feel like I could hear a little bit in Kate's voice that she actually was scared a little on it, and it may be because they were afraid they were going to get their asses handed to them. But I kind of felt a little feeling from her, nothing from him whatsoever. So what I was going to say is,
I heard it from her when she was called out on it. That's when I heard it from her. Like when I said that I don't think you mean it, that's when her voice started shaking and getting all, but I do. And then I was like, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, I don't know. I think we're all a little angry, very angry. I'll just go back to that. But I heard it a little bit more from her. Never from him. But if they thought, and this is to them because I'm sure they're going to come back and listen to this, if they're not still listening now, if you thought you were going to come into this with any kind of words that were ever going to fix this, you need to understand that this is not fixable.
Nope.
This is not fixable. And they, we should have understood that. If you didn't coming in, you were never going to hear any words that were going to magically make this okay. And that's okay for us to continue to be angry and hurt. And they need to understand that even if there was a reason that pushed them that could even be slightly logical, that you still hurt people and it is never going to be fixable. So you need to come forward, state what the reasoning is, and then just be okay with the fact that you're not going to be able to fix it and leave it at that, instead of gaslighting and arguing and, trying to.
I don't know what you want me to say.
You.
I don't know what you want me to say.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm here. I'm saying sorry. The fuck. That's what I got.
Yeah, because you got caught. It's like when I tell my kids, this is basic and fundamental parenting. My kids get caught doing something and then they say sorry. I literally will tell them, you don't mean it because you didn't come to me before and say, hey, Dad, I screwed up. I'm sorry. And this is what I did. I said, so don't come in with the shit. This is why children get punished. So that way they learn, how to manage these type of situations. And if my son can admit to some bullshit, this grown fucking man can do the same.
Yeah.
My dad used to say something very similar when I was growing up. He was like, there will never be a time in my life where I'm going to hate you. But you just come to me and come real with it. And, we will work past it. Yeah. And I really wish that, I could maybe see a world where he was drunk or not drunk, but pushed that point. He was like, we're going to disappear and I'm going to make them, see the errors of their ways, bullying people on the internet. Because I really think that that's what this was about. I think he was trying to prove that people bullying, other creators on the internet could push someone to this point and make maybe them feel bad about it. But the next day, there should have been a come to Jesus in your mind where, hey, you know what? There's nobody with eyeballs that could not see on the internet that people were hurt by this. You cannot tell me they did not know immediately with the way the community reacted. Either you were trying to be blind or you didn't give a damn. And I think it's the latter.
I think that, I agree with you. It was just that they didn't give a damn. That's all it was. And that's enough for me to just be like, well, I can't do nothing with that. It's like, good riddance, fuck off. That's it. You don't give a fuck about us. I'm not going to waste a second giving a fuck about you. Now that you've made it abundantly clear that you don't give a fuck about anybody else. So,
well, we really wasted enough time.
I'm not gonna carry that weight. Fuck you. That's not my weight to carry. I'm not carrying that. Fuck off.
I got enough bullshit to deal with.
Yeah, dude.
Because
All right,
then
thank you,
I'll
Amber.
not sorry about you. Then. Have a good
I
one.
appreciate
All right,
it.
Amber. Good night.
Bye. Thank you. That girl did a lot of work here. She did a lot of work in this. How we doing?
Do you want the truth?
Of course.
No, please lie.
I'm doing great, brother. This is the best day of my life.
Ever.
I'll tell you something good. I would like to address just a couple of things, please. And of course, you put me on once I finally broke down and got a snack. So I'm going to swallow my food. I'm sorry. So if people look at the chat, we're posting a Facebook group for Bridget. Everybody needs to please understand that regardless of what Falsey may have said, Bridget is suffering from cancer. It is not only a cancer, it is a vascular cancer. So if everybody will please take a step back from the drama and keep in mind one horrible thing for a vascular cancer patient is stress. And stress will raise their blood pressure level. Now, if we have vascular cancer, blood pressure raising is very dangerous. So if you need to reach out to Bridget, or you would like a way to keep up with her, because trust me, she loves everybody praying with her and rooting her on, because she needs that just as much as she needs money to get there. Please join the Facebook group. Not everybody will be accepted.
And if you want to see some really inspiring shit, man, watch my live from last night, please.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it yet, watch that. It was really moving, man. That what happened here, and I was just so grateful to be part of it. So
I was too,
yeah,
and
thank you.
I want people to know they can follow her journey there, but please don't send Bridget a ton of private messages. None of us are going to allow Bridget to come up here and have to defend herself against lies. I have seen proof from her doctor with my own eyes. So has Will. So has Annie.
Yeah.
She is being treated for cancer. She did disclose her personal information to us just so we knew who was telling the truth. So there's also been emails that show he definitely had control over her GoFundMe at one point in time, but nobody's here to defend what we all know is the truth. I just want people to realize Bridget is a real person in a really complicated situation. Her prognosis is 7 to 10 years. Do not be somebody that will add one day of stress to that for her, please.
Well said. Well said.
Also, again, please join that Facebook group. If you can donate, please donate. These funds are 100% going to Bridget, and she will be using them to travel to and from Mayo Clinic. There's no Ronald McDonald House for us old ladies, you guys. You have to pay for your way there, your way back, all your food, all your lodging, and then whatever her crap Medicare doesn't cover.
Yeah,
so
and,
please.
And even if she wants to use it to take, her husband out to a nice dinner one night, that's their prerogative. That's, they deserve that.
I sure as hell hope they do. Me and Peace Love Smiles could only donate $10 each. And I said, hey girl, we bought them part of a dinner on one of their trips. It's who wants to worry about how they're going to eat? It shouldn't be a choice of, if I go to treatment, can we still eat? That shouldn't be a choice. So if I see, and Will, I want your permission for this, please. I'm sorry, I'm soapboxing. I'm just really upset for Bridget. If I see somebody calling Bridget a fraud or anything of that nature in the chat, can I have permission to instantly block them, please?
Sure. I've seen the screenshots that prove it. That she's and I saw her on camera that was brave as fuck.
Yeah, that
to
was
show
say
her
that.
in a way that she doesn't see herself being at her best. And that was really brave of her to do that.
She you can tell by looking.
So fuck anybody. Yeah. So fuck anybody who tries to call her a fraud. They can
well, you can see by looking at her before and after pictures, the disease is ravaging her. And to show your face when you're chronically ill and you feel awful takes a lot of guts. And I appreciate you letting the people who did not believe Truthy was alive hear his voice. And I appreciate
now, like I said, like I said, it was their call to do that. I mean, I challenged them on this channel many times because I knew they were out there, both of them.
I know you did.
but after last night, they came to me. But we also, to be fair, we also learned that the reason why they did was to call her a liar and not to take any accountability whatsoever other than saying so. That's not, fuck out of my face. Like you're just admitting something that you're fucking caught at. You know what I mean? That's not showing any remorse. That's not. I mean,
Well, you don't have to be a detective to hear him go from "we've already moved" to "we're about to move. Our shit's in a truck." Like,
I'm gonna
the
be
story
honest
kept
with you.
changing.
I don't put any weight behind what he just said.
Not a fucking thing. Not
he
a
lied
fucking
about
thing he
something
said.
so big. Yeah, I'm like, I don't really believe
Not
it.
not a fucking thing that this dude says holds any weight with me, dude. I
This
can't
is
do
going to
nothing
be
with nobody
rude.
like that.
I need to
can't do
say
nothing with
something
nobody
rude
like that.
though. You guys have to understand, because I know, Will, every time I told you there's people who think that he's alive, you're like, no, they don't. Well, listen to me, brother. They did. And those same people
What
are
are you
going to be
talking about?
dumb.
I was saying he was alive. The
I
fuck are you
know, I
talking
know. Just listen and you'll understand. Like, there was other people. Remember when we talked about you addressing it before and you said you weren't gonna because you knew he was alive, and then you went on and did a live with Bridget after that. Well, those same people who felt like he was alive and possibly you two were in on it are now going to be dumb enough to believe things that they say. So that's the only reason I'm addressing it. I know y'all know that. We know that. Anybody with one eye and half a brain knows that.
Aren't even worth mentioning. Fuck them. Fuck them.
I feel
They're not even worth
you, but
mentioning. Yeah.
I feel like, I just feel like they need to stop. And that's really it. I want people to join the group.
Yeah, I'm not even going to address those fucking people. But
and it's your channel.
All right,
I get that.
I love you. Thank you so much for everything that you've done.
For
I'm
sure.
gonna let a couple other people on now.
No, you go for it. I just wanted people to know they need to join her Facebook group so they can keep up with her that way.
Yeah, of course. All right, thank you.
Good night, you guys. All right, bye.
Good night. All right.
And again, I'm not saying much. I'm not saying much, man, because I'm reading the chat, answering the chat, and I'm still dumbfounded. Both. So I don't want anybody to think that I'm just like not saying something just to not say it.
Yeah, no, I hear you. All the pretty blink things, we hear you.
I just wanted to say that, one, it would have been more believable if they would have came on and said that they did this because he was doxxed so much, not because he had fake wellness checks.
I mean, I was the one that mentioned that. I even handed him an excuse to use. I mean, even though I didn't think it was an excuse, I even handed him an excuse to even try to use as an excuse. And I mean, it was exactly what I thought it would be. Nothing of what I hoped. Like I said before.
I mean, when I first heard about it, I felt bad for Kate because of
we all did. We all did, but there was something wrong with that note. Truthy's dead. What? You know what I'm saying? Not guys. I'm really sorry. I'll bring you more information soon. But something heartfelt. There was no heart behind that at all. It was Truthy's dead. And I want to be left alone. No, dude. No.
And the last thing I would think about doing if my significant other had passed away is deleting account.
Right. Yeah, that's the first thing they did.
That was my It was like my first thing that I was like, why would she just go ahead and delete his accounts right away? Like, that didn't make sense.
I mean,
to me.
right. The thing is I still believe. I believe that if he had actually killed himself, that Kate would have actually shown more emotion publicly. Absolutely. If part of it was just to get and milk some attention, maybe. If we're making her out to be the worst, then yeah. But either way, whether it was genuine and she wanted and she felt for the community, and she felt that the community deserved an explanation, even if it was either for that reason or just to milk attention, she would have written something more heartfelt. she would have put on as much of an act as she tried to put on here. And she didn't at all.
Just so
So,
irritating. The
right.
reason he,
It was really
the
insulting,
reason
man.
that
It
he
was really
came
fucking
on,
insulting.
the reason that he came on was just, there wasn't even an apology there whatsoever.
No. Yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry. That's how it was. It was like, are you fucking kidding, dude? You have the balls to do that with 1,500 fucking people watching? You're gonna you got the balls to do that? You know, like unbelievable. All right, I'm gonna let Rob Rules on here, and then that's gonna be it, man. Thank you so much, all the pretty bling things. Good night.
What happened?
I said your dog.
Oh, thank you.
Shit, I'm sorry.
It's all good. I heard her.
It's my fault. Cool. Oh yeah, your dog. You brought the dog on.
I needed
Right.
I needed her to calm down, man, because she does that for me, man. I went upstairs. My wife was like, I can hear you through the doors because there's 3 doors to get upstairs. She's like, I can hear you, and one of them is steel. She's like, I can hear you yelling, and you broke something down there. What'd you break? And I was like, let me get the dog. I need to pet something.
All right, my man Rob's Rules. What's up, Rob's Rules?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you good, man.
Hear you fine, yeah.
First of all, it's a pleasure to meet you guys, and I thank you for having me on. I appreciate what you did tonight, and so I'm going to try not to get emotional. You know, I know I'm a guy, but I'm not a tough guy like you guys are. I'm being straight up honest. I wear my emotions on my sleeve. You know, this guy, when I was working, by the way, and I see this, you just talked about, Will, he leaves this Twitter. Now, I didn't analyze it or think anything because my friend committed suicide. And 20 years ago, he's one of my best buddy in the world. I love this guy. I never saw it coming. And it really hurts me to this day. I think 20 years later, I'm thinking he could have called me. I could have done something. So, Truthy,
that was another thing. So many of us were feeling guilt. We were feeling guilt that we couldn't do more for him at first. You know, we were struggling with that. I remember talking about that with Comic Night.
Yeah.
You know, we were both like struggling with like, dude, fuck, you know, I was like, I was actually thinking about cutting off my friendship with this guy, and I didn't have a chance to talk to him.
And so I agree. And you know what? Because we're human, right? We've, like you said, you're 45, I'm 48. I've been through stuff. You guys have been through stuff. You know, to say something like suicide, man, is brutal. And everybody was saying that. That's, if you don't want to do YouTube anymore, just don't make a video. Just go off. Be quiet.
It's so easy.
And go away. And you know, if people ask you, you'll always do one video, says, sorry, I'm going through stuff. I might not do a video, blah, blah. And that's it. But when his girl came on here and saying, like you said, Will, when I looked at it, it was kind of heartless. It wasn't like, oh my God, I don't know how to say this. And then to say that he had 4,000 people to come on and say he had members. He's like, well, I only got $1,900 in 4 months. You only got
That's more than what I've made. What the fuck?
Dude, I'm not even monetized, dude. You think I'm doing this shit because I fucking, you know, come on, dude.
Like you said, you guys said there was always a solution. Reach out to your friends. Do a GoFundMe for yourself. Do a stream and tell people your situation. You know, this was so.
He didn't even try that. Why didn't he? If he needed money and shit, why didn't he just say, "Hey, listen, we're in a bad spot, man." I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I probably would have been like, "Dude, this isn't the fucking way. Go get a fucking job." Like, I know you don't wake up till like 4 PM, and then you're drunk every fucking time I talk to you at night. Because that's a fact. Go get a fucking job, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like anything. Dude, if I didn't have the job that I'm having right now, which actually, if I go work at McDonald's, it pays more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So
I agree.
that's, I live very minimal, and I'm happy with that. You know what I'm saying? But being happy with that means that I'm also not going to try to fucking swindle, you know, and I'm also not going to fucking weasel and pretend to be something I'm not to get fucking sad fishing fucking, come on, you know?
Yeah, and he hurt a lot of people. I mean, he really hurt a lot of people, and sorry, and doing so, you know, was wrong. It was wrong to tell somebody you kill yourself. So do you want to be on? To tell somebody that you know, I sat here and said to myself, I couldn't work. Like I was trying to work from home. I'm trying to work from home, and I see this Twitter come across of this guy, and I'm thinking, why didn't you call me? Why didn't you pick up the phone? And you could have. Well, he didn't know my number, but he could have. He could have said something on Twitter to me. He could have wrote something to me, and he didn't do that. That's not what he did. He had people to reach out. He didn't care about. He said, "Oh, I don't think anybody cared about me." Well, why are people members of your community? Why are people watching your videos? Why are people jumping in your stream? When he jumped on my stream, everybody's truthy. I was like, I don't even know who this guy is. I didn't know who he was. And he invited me to his stream, and I went on, and he seemed like a cool guy and everything. So yeah, it affected me. It affected me like it affected everybody else, because when you think of suicide, you said, what could I have done for this guy? I could have, he could have talked to me. He could have talked to anybody. We cared. Yes, I don't know you. It's right. I haven't been over for Thanksgiving or Christmas. I don't know you like that. And you guys don't know me like that. But you know what? We're human. And we've been through hell. Will, you even said it in your stream. You've said this time and time again. I've done things I shouldn't have done. I have lived this life. But you're human, man. And the bottom line, we all went through
It's
something.
all what we do with it, man. It's all what we do with our experiences. And it boils down to, do we learn from them? And then do we apply what we learn from them? That's what matters.
He hurt so many people tonight. There was 1,400 people in the stream, and he hurt everyone. All I kept reading was how bad he hurt. And he didn't see, well, I'm sorry. But that's it. I'm sorry. Now I'm going to leave. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Now, and everybody else is left tonight frustrated, aggravated. How about the people who thought he did die? How about that?
Yeah.
How about all the people fighting on YouTube?
I wonder how
about all
many
the people fighting on Twitter?
I wonder how many people tonight that listened to this actually genuinely thought with all their heart that he was dead until they heard his voice.
I'll tell you the truth. I was one of those people, because I thought
I'm
that,
so sorry, man. I'm so
okay.
sorry, Rob.
Listen, I'm a fool. because
It doesn't make you a fool. No, that doesn't make you a fool. That doesn't make you a fool in the slightest bit. That makes you somebody that expects the best from people, that wants to expect the best from people. That's a good, beautiful thing.
Maybe I'm asking too much, Will. Maybe I'm asking too much, Will. I don't know.
You're not. I would rather feel that way and not have experienced the loss that I have, and not have done the things that I've done to get to this point, because a lot of the reason why I don't have a lot of faith in other people is because I've been a low person. I don't want to say a bad person. I've always felt remorse. I've always tried to do a little better each time whenever I did something fucked up. Anytime I did something real fucked up, I never did it again. But
you learned
something else, right? But then but the problem is just as much as I progressed from that one experience, I still wasn't facing the things in here that was this person that had a sense of entitlement and had a sense of the person that was allowing me to make those decisions. I wasn't facing him, and that's and everything changed, and it took me reaching a really low place. And that's it. And that's all, and I don't want him to get to that point to do that. I don't want that to happen.
Look, right now, like you said, whatever they're going to go on, and they're like, all they had is, hey, I'm sorry. That's it. I'm off. All right. Good. Like you said, good luck. Good luck. This will be the last night you hear anything from anybody. But the bottom line is, this will stay with a lot of people. People will go on and say, can I trust anybody now on this platform?
That's huge.
Can I trust anybody who asks for GoFundMe? What happened to the GoFundMe $800? Oh, that's nothing. No, that's something. That's something. I'm sorry. That is something.
That's people's hard-earned money.
Yeah.
Right.
And now you took it from them who think in their mind that they gave it to someone who was in need.
Well, in all fairness, I want to clear up. He didn't get the money. He didn't get it.
Okay.
He did not end up with it, so I don't want to create that misconception.
Okay, well, I'm glad you told me. Because I didn't understand. I'm glad you told me.
The allegation is that he tried to get it after the fact, and so GoFundMe caught onto it and caught it and notified Bridget that the password was attempted to be changed twice. And that's how they know.
Well, I hope she gets it, and I hope she's okay.
She has it. She did. She did get it. She got it, and
That's
we
good.
started. Annie was on this panel last night and started a new GoFundMe for Bridget, and it reached. I think it's close to $4,000 now. If it has not reached $4,000 by now.
Good for
So
her.
so last night, really, if last night didn't happen, I'd be so much more mad than I am tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
And listen, you guys
because
with-
I have that in contrast to tonight. It was a beautiful experience to have that happen on this channel.
You two were great tonight. You were just like head on. You didn't take it. You were like, I could hear the bull in your voice. Oh, well, why don't you show yourself? Nah, we all know what you look like.
That was Annie, man. That was Annie. Annie was bold, dude. I was like, go. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, it's time to sack up. We'll get her back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's she was amazing, man.
How does he think he doesn't hurt people? 4,000 people. He had members. He had people come to his stream. How could you think
because
that?
he doesn't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? It's because he doesn't give a shit.
You know how
you never actually know that something in the world is taking place until you give the slightest shit about it.
But do you know how many people grasp for what he had? Grasp for someone's attention? There's people every day who grasp for that, who think I'm not important in life.
Dude,
right?
he has a silver tongue, and I've said it before, he's got a voice like butter dripping off a hot biscuit. It's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? He has a golden talent and just does not give a fuck.
That's hurtful, man.
Because
He's
charismatic con man.
He'll never do anything with it because he'll never genuinely appreciate what makes that talent work. And what makes that talent work is the care that he gets from his audience.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Nut, what were you going to say?
He doesn't appreciate his audience.
Well, I was just going to reiterate what the Glare said was, he has his talent can be, you can use that for such a good spectrum of things, like a great spectrum of things.
It's like having a Ferrari without an engine. It's like having a Ferrari without an engine.
If I had him working for me,
but the audience is the engine, dude.
Yeah, if I had him working for me, I know for a fact with his charisma and his the way he's able to formulate and articulate words that I would be able to get more out of the government here, sending him, because that's the type of like I said, con man.
But if he doesn't care, it wouldn't do him any good.
Yeah, you're right.
He would have to be passionate about the job that he was given.
And if he was making money off the platform anyway, doesn't that tell you something? Look, these people care about you. People want to hear what you have to say. People came to my stream.
No appreciation for that.
I don't even know who the guy was.
No appreciation for that.
It's sad, man. Listen, I know you want to go. You've been streaming for
well,
you guys.
Rob, before I go, do you have a channel?
Yeah, this is my channel.
You do.
Yeah,
Rob's Rules. That's what it's called. All right.
Yeah,
so I need my mods.
To you already. I've already subscribed to you.
I appreciate that, but I want my mods.
Oh, dude, I like yours.
Yeah, find Rob Rules channel, and I want you to drop his link in the chat. I want you to blast my chat with Rob Rules' link, because
listen,
dude, you got a golden heart, man.
If you'd like to come on, or Mr. Nut, man, I would be my honor to have you guys on.
It would be ours. It would be mine.
I don't know how to get in touch with you, but I'll find a way.
Dude, I'm on Twitter. And here. Yeah, you can find us on Twitter.
Are you by these names? Is this your names on Twitter?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, good. I'll find you guys. Well, great. Listen, thank you for having me on.
Yeah.
And again, I'm sorry I'm going to apologize for him, and I'm sorry for so many people.
Fuck him.
Well, I feel bad for the people who got hurt. And I know, because I was having a problem working. I told my boss, I said, look, someone just died, man. And I'm not gonna be able to function today. And I just stopped working, and I felt, and I just, I cried, man. And I wrote to her, it's on Twitter, I have it. And I said, I'm so sorry for your loss. I know the words can't express how I feel. And you know how dumb I feel now? Thinking, I put this out on Twitter, and people tell you because they liked it. And I said, I'm so sorry to report this, and I feel so bad, and I feel bad for his girl. And yeah, I don't remember exactly what I said, but to that extent. And you know, now I'm like, man, I feel like a jackass because all those people said it was a hoax and this and that, and everybody's going at it. And I'm like, no, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And now, you know, like, look at the repercussions. How does someone look at someone else and say, man, like all I can say is, yeah, you were right. You know, I believed it in all my heart. And now you're right and I'm wrong. And I don't know what I'm supposed to say to you besides, I'm sorry because I thought that he died. I literally took it to heart.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people
Yeah,
who
we all
did
did.
here.
We all did. Like
It's sad because this community is fantastic.
It felt like somebody ripped my gut out, and then when I was trying to make sense of it, because that's the thing that they didn't consider.
Yes, I was trying to make sense.
When you don't want to believe it. So what happens is you
Yes.
naturally start to try to make sense of it. And what happened was when I naturally started to try to make sense of it, it wasn't making sense. Not in the way that someone dying untimely doesn't make sense, but in the way that this dude doesn't seem dead doesn't make sense. That's how it didn't make sense. So and I just got there, and a lot of us got there at the same time. Some of us quicker than others. But
right.
You know, I never got that feeling that
And I
that
think
somebody.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good.
I just wanted to say that I think that's for me. When I took a step back and I read it, it just seemed weird that you would want to delete your YouTube. I mean, I would be like, if I die tomorrow, at least leave my YouTube. Let the people see me. Let them
There was
hear
so
me.
much shit.
Something.
Yeah,
Just something.
there was so much shit, and they tried to say that the reason why there was no body reported in the morgue. It's no, dude. Like there was no body in the morgue. Is the point? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what happened. We found out that there was no body in the morgue. Not that it wasn't reported or recorded. Like it's. Your little fucking thing that you're saying that you have a right to a certain privacy is pure and utter bullshit because we found that too. We found that out too.
Hey,
We also
really quick.
found out that the one what do you call it? The one obituary was one that they wrote and put on some independent website. And then they took it down because I have the email from the editor of that website. And they took it down because they believed that obituary was fraudulent. So there was that too. There's all kinds of shit that just got us to a point where we're like, that okay, eliminate that, eliminate that, eliminate that. This motherfucker's not dead.
I hear. I have to go.
So-
I hate to rush, but you know it's like 1:30 here, and so I got to get going. But if you guys, I'm going to try and get in contact with you. I would love to have you guys on, talk about this, get the facts because you guys seem to know everything I don't. And maybe you
well,
could
we're
give
not.
us the
I'm
whole
not talking about this no more after this.
Okay,
I'm not
well,
talking
then-
about this.
then
no
we
more.
can talk
But
about
we could
whatever you
talk
want.
about anything else. Yeah, we could talk about
Sounds
anything
good.
else, my man. Like I
Sounds
think
good.
you seem like you're all heart, dude, and I dig you, man. So I hope we can do something together soon.
I just gonna say it's a pleasure meeting both of you. You guys are great. I love your heart. I love your strength. I don't know how to describe it, but you guys were really on point tonight, and I think a lot of us appreciate what you did. So I just gonna say thank you, man. Appreciate it a lot.
Thank you, man.
Yep. You guys be well. Be safe. We'll be in touch. All right.
Right on.
Take care.
Yo, what a nice guy, huh?
Yeah, he's definitely a nice guy.
That guy was like a super nice dude. Like I was just beaming. He was just beaming with positivity, dude.
That's what we need right now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, thank you, man. I really appreciate you joining me tonight, man.
Dude, I
because,
needed to
like,
be here as well, man. And
I felt like in my heart that you deserve to be here, you know,
Thank you.
and I was really, it genuinely made me mad that he did not acknowledge you as a friend at any point.
In the very beginning, I was the third person here.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, you saw me in the back.
Honestly, when you think about it, at no point did he actually make an acknowledgement of you being a friend. At no
he
point.
didn't.
He just made excuses
Yep.
on that too.
Yep.
You know, and that was fucking firing me up more and more and more. I think that was adding on to what was pissing Andy
That's
off.
one of the reasons that I blew the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Because
just
I'm like, here I am on this side thinking that we're friends. You said to me on the phone, oh yeah, man, we're fucking cool, we're friends, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, hey man, you know what? And dude, you know for a fact then, how many nights have we stayed up till 3 in the fucking morning just shooting the shit, talking about nothing?
Right. Yeah. Like I was so grateful when it was like when I joined that chat and we
Yeah.
were having so much fun. Me, you, Illuminacy, him, Josh, like we were having a blast. We wanted Annie in there so bad, but Annie didn't have a Twitter, and that was the only reason she wasn't in there.
Yeah, hopefully she gets
You
a
know?
Twitter now.
Right, or we'll find another way, man. You know,
Yeah,
we'll find another way. But yeah, it's you know, this is a good community, and we learned between the last couple of nights that this community wants to do good things, and
Yep.
I want to do right by a community that wants to do good things. So you know, me and you, I believe we're gonna do some good things moving forward.
We will. Because me and you, man, we're of the mindset, we're of the school that if there's a fucking problem, I'm not gonna sit in back. I'm gonna come to you and talk to you and say, hey man, I heard so and so, and I'm gonna come to you respectfully, and I know you'll do the same for me. So I know that this bullshit won't have. It's almost Latino cabrón, man. You know what I mean?
There's a little bit of that flavor in our dynamic, most definitely. That little bit of flavor's in there.
Yeah.
It's just because you know how familia is, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
man.
once you consider somebody family, that's it. You're locked, you know, and not in a weird, creepy way either. It's just like it's like, all right, you need something, all right,
let's do it. Yeah, man. Shit, let's
do
roll.
it. Yeah,
I got you, man.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
love it,
man.
man. But all right, thanks, man, and we'll do this soon, me and you.
Yeah,
and
definitely, man.
whoever else. Dude, and thank you again for everything you contributed to, and I'm really sorry that you got so angry. I'm so sorry.
It's good, man. It's all good. I needed to get that.
Felt good to get it out, right? It felt good to get it out.
It felt really good, man.
Yeah,
I'm glad that
I felt good to talk at him, you know, and tell him what I was thinking. It felt good.
That's what I told him. He's like, "Well, what can I say? You can't say shit. Just sit here and fucking take what we're saying."
And that doesn't take away from the fact, even though he came up here and didn't give a fuck, it doesn't take away from the fact that I feel grateful towards him for actually coming up here, you know? So, I mean, I'm not going to not acknowledge that, you know?
Exactly.
I won't not, I'm not going to, you know, cheat him out of that, you know? I am
that
grateful
did take
for him coming
balls.
up here. It did.
Because he knew what was he knew what was coming.
Right. But yeah. All right, man. We'll do this soon again, man. Thanks.
All right, man. Peace, man. And bye to everybody out there.
All right, guys. Very, very emotional night. But I believe that we all got exactly what we intended to get out of this. I think it was abundantly clear where we stood and where he now stands with many of us. And you're entitled to feel however you want about him. You know, I can't, you know, I don't give a fuck. You know, but as for me, yeah, that's it. I'm good. But guys, I love you very, very, very much. You know, there's Bridget's new GoFundMe. I assure you, she is very, very sick, and she very much needs it. And I'm so grateful to all of you that have donated already. Thank you to everybody who contributed to the channel tonight via PayPal. I appreciate that as well. And guys, we're gonna cover more stuff, but we're laying this shit to rest. But as of anything else, we will do this again very soon, my friends.